final battle with Travis Pastrana, but unfortunately went off before turn 1 in his heat race, never recovered from that and didn't make the final.
Yeah, we've just got to restart. I mean, I had a bit of an unlucky event. I think it shouldn't have happened, but it did with the stewards. There's nothing you can do at the time. There wasn't enough time to challenge it. So taking it on the praise basis, I know I've got the speed now. So today we're here to fight for a trophy, and that's all I can do.
Chris Meek, on the other hand, got stuck right in the final, was with Travis Pastrana and looked like he might challenge for the win. Another tiny bit of contact, and unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be.
I managed to qualify 4th on the final, but I made a really good start into turn 1, got out in 2nd place. Just before the jump I got an alarm on my dash to say there was a problem with the battery, and as soon as I landed the car died. Yeah, there's some glitch we found in the software, so hopefully we can put that to bed and we can go racing again today.
All right, so here we go with our next battle seating heat. We're seeing 5 vehicles, and as you said, Coley, after the first one, there are a few drivers that are going to get bye runs. Who do we have?
So yeah, on this one we've got pole position Robin Larson, championship leader, Fraser McConnell alongside him. Fraser, of course, the winner last time out in LA. Conor Martell on the podium yesterday. Chris Meek, so promising yesterday, but didn't go his way. And Ollie Bennett, who was 2nd in those battle seating brackets. He'll want to be further up than this.
I kind of cringe with Chris Meek because him and Travis Pastrana exchanged blows. I saw him in catering. I said, hey, did you rough up Travis? He's like, oh yeah, gave him a couple body blows there yesterday after he gave it to me on track. All right, let's get ready to send it. This is all about seating for our battle brackets, and let's see how Larson does. Larson and Martell, look at that. Martell getting squeezed and pinched between McConnell. Martell gets into the tires, and guess what? He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Coming out on top, you can see Fraser McConnell. He leads the pack over that A-Shock gap jump. Conor Martell, Robin Larson, Meek Bennett, and again, Conor Martell left in the dust. Look at this. McConnell throws up the roadblock.
Yeah, Larson tried to block Meek there, and Meek got into him quite hard, but I think he's broken the car. He's off to the side of the road, maybe just a little another nudge. At the minute is McConnell leading from Larson, and Bennett's up into P3. Martell got an amazing start, much like Ericsson yesterday, Jared. You know, just got through that middle gap, but the drivers got him the old sandwich, and there's nowhere to go, and then he got released from that and binned off to the inside.
Yeah, you are pinched out. So Robin Larson, looks like Meek, and with those two, Fraser McConnell, Ollie Bennett going for the Yokohama Tire Joker lap. Where are they going to land? You can see Conor Martell taking it, just crawling his way in there, kind of putting his tail between his legs. And Fraser McConnell comes on top, but look at this, Robin Larson. He's going to drop on in. He goes low, high, and back to low, but Fraser McConnell barely holds on to it. No, Robin Larson fight. This is a great fight.
He's got the right side of the road as well here. Larson's got that inside line. He came in really hot. You can hear the tyres squealing. McConnell's gone in hot now, though, and given the place up. He'll try and come down the outside. This was yesterday where then Larson made a mistake and dropped in underneath. You're on board now with Chris Meek looking in front, but there was a battle going on between Larson. There it is. So Larson dropping in behind McConnell. So what happened there? It looked like Larson had the inside line.
All right, so there you have, you can see it looks like Robin Larson going for the Yokohama Tire Joker Lab. Look how sketchy it is. You know, they make it look easy, but it's fairly narrow because you could get up into that dirt wall, and that's going to bite back.
Yeah, Conor was saying, no, Andreas Backrut was saying to me this morning, what we don't see on the telly is you come over a crest into it. He said, you think you're on the right line, and he's like, oh, no, I'm not. And so you just have to respond to it. And also the changing grip levels. Larson slots in behind McConnell. Tyres squealing again as that blue groove comes in, trying to find the traction on the exit. Get over that A-Shock Energy gap jump. Good drive by McConnell. He's 1 lap to go, and of course everybody's jokered.
Man, that blue groove, that's just changing things up. The dynamics from yesterday into today, they took a little extra time here today, but you know what? If it's consistently like that with that blue groove, I think that's going to add just another variable of racing today compared to last night under the lights.
Backing it in over that crest. McConnell is so hard to judge, isn't it? It's completely blind. There's like a wall of dirt on the inside for you. This was a section yesterday we saw everyone chucking it around. Jared, on board now. Watch for the little inputs, a little bit of handbrake, flick it in, get the car straight. Can't get on the gas too early. Remember yesterday, Bennett was chasing down Pastrana in that final battle bracket, and he just got 2 sideways coming out there and lost a bunch of time. When you've got 800, 1,000 horsepower, depending on the setting on the car, it's easy to get too much wheel spin.
Now remember, all the drivers taking that Joker lap prior to the final lap, you can't take it on the final lap because obviously it kicks out in the wrong area. It kicks out after the finish line, so you have to take it on at least the latest, the second to the last lap. Fraser McConnell going through that A-shot gap. He splits the difference, but it looks like Robin Larson nipping on his heels. They just want to lock up those top 2 spots in order to get that bye run to advance on into the semis.
Yeah, I think basically that's the best you can hope for here, isn't it? You know, you can't control the other side of the draw, so it's not like you go, I don't want to face Travis till the final, because you don't know where Travis is going to end up in the draw anyway. That's down to his result. So good drive by McConnell here. Larson applying the pressure, but yeah, not too much hassle for either.
I think Connor Martell got the worst end of the stick there. He got pinched out like a pimple, just right there in the middle, right? Just
it's so gutting after a good start. When you get a good start, you know, you think mega, I've got it, and then boom, both sides and off.
I think that's great for Fraser McConnell. Gained some confidence after yesterday, and just coming into today, whole new round, whole new. Sorry, hearing some insight there from Fraser McConnell.
Thank you. Good race, though. Yeah, that was a good one.
Pretty mellow. Yeah.
Got the launch.
He says good launch, pretty good race.
Say again?
So nothing kind of extraneous as far as, you know, Fraser McConnell, but he grabs a victory. Fraser McConnell, the Jamaican driver, DRR A-Shock Energy Vehicle, representing Jamaica, Sandals, Robin Larson second, Meek Bennett, and Martell.
Hey everybody, it's Austin Cindric out here for a very fun weekend in the desert. Getting back to my rallycross roots here at Wild Horse Pass and trying out the FC1 for the first time, all electric. A lot more jumps than when I raced rallycross in the past, so the tracks are spectacular, the cars are insanely quick, and I'm going to take you around for a lap in practice. Here we go, start finish straight now. Going into turn 1, big sweeper to the left hand, keep it in third gear the whole time, good to get it rotated, keep it tight to the tire bundles, and then to the gap jump, first gap jump I've ever done. Right to a step up, probably one of the most challenging jumps that I just completely overshot and got into the fluff, but that's probably the hardest jump on the circuit, hardest one for me to figure out. And then you got the under, getting really tight to the berm, getting right out to the outside to get that tight turn in for turn 4, getting closer to the tires there. And then another step up, we're gonna hit the joker this time, hang it to the left, keep it nice and tight. This is probably one of my favorite sections of the track here because you kind of fall off of a crest. It's a really long, decreasing radius corner, keep it tight to the tires, and then you flick it back, downshift into second gear. Once again, keep it tight to the tire bundles, use a little handbrake over the crest, wheel spin, back up to third, and that's a lap at Wild Horse Pass. So a lot of newness for me with all the jumps, more corners than jumps it seems like, but it's been a lot of fun slinging these cars around, and thanks to Joe Blaster and Dixon and OMC for making it happen.
Here we are as we are getting it, back flipping. Oh, well, the cars aren't doing that. The motorcycles are doing that. This is all things Nitro, baby. That's that Nitro special sauce that we throw on Rallycross. We got a variety of riders from Jones to Wankies out here, and the mountains, the backdrop, playing host. This is the track. Coley, what are some standout moments? Love the undulations, the elevation. There's so many things and elements here.
Oh, it was great seeing that lap from Austin Cindric and him chatting us around it. It's as you say, it's three-dimensional, very much three-dimensional. We've got a couple of banked hairpins, good overtaking opportunities. Turn 1 and turn 2, you can tee that up from quite early, and of course the jumps, the rhythm sections. The XMX guys are the ones who are getting on best with it, and this is our battle lineup for round 1.
You can see some of the drivers having a bye run, making their way into the quarterfinal. Ollie Erickson, Travis Pastrana, Meek, and McConnell will get the fast pass in the quarterfinal. The remaining drivers will be doing battle. What's the smirk about?
I just smirk at the fact Pastrana and Meek are going to meet in quarterfinal 2. Straight away, the dudes are like they both now using the word magnet, which we used yesterday.
No, Meek used T-Bone. Let's just be real clear. Meek called him T-Bone Pastrana.
I mean, really, You couldn't write it, could you?
No. I mean, again, this is a little fervor coming off of yesterday's, antics.
Coming off every time they've met this season.
That's right, in the UK.
Yeah.
It happened at Linden Hill.
Sweden on the run to turn one. So there's no malice between them. There's a lot of respect between them. They're both great rally drivers, and Travis keeps saying, I'm such a big fan of Chris Meagos, but every time we get together, we hit each other. So,
he's such a big fan, he's just running into him.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go with our first battle bracket, and we're looking at Ollie Bennett, who had a great day yesterday until push came to shove, did not make it into the finals. He's going against Andreas Backrud. Backrud got 3rd place yesterday, got that final podium spot, so kudos to him. 2nd place overall in the championship. Robin Larson does hold on to it, even though he had a lackluster final, he's still in it. Yeah,
Backrud closed that championship lead down by 10 points, Jared. So lost for the first time, finished lower than 2nd. I forget where he was, like 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
But Backrud nicked 10 points off him, so there's only 13 between them. This is an interesting lineup now. Backrud obviously knows he's got more experience than Bennett, but you can't look at Bennett's performance yesterday and think, oof, this is going to be easy. He held off a NASCAR legend for the entire 3-lap run, didn't make a single mistake. Damn nearly, he passed passed Larson underneath the gap, so Backrud will be feeling a little bit different about this encounter than he would have done yesterday.
And here we are with round 1. Who's moving on into the quarterfinals, Backrud or Bennett? You can see the Norwegian driver versus the Brit, Andreas Backrud, the DRR JC RX Cartel driver, Ollie Bennett, Excite Energy, sitting 7th in points overall. Andreas Backrud sitting 2nd. Round 1, who's moving on to go against Ollie Eriksson in the quarterfinals? The format here, it's all about bragging rights. Who gets TQ, then it's position in the heats tomorrow, whittling down to find out who's in the finals. NITRO, let's go.
Backrud versus Bennett. A lot of wheel spin for Bennett on the inside. The dirt kicks up behind him, and indeed Backrud does get a bit of a better start. Just slots in front of him, Jared, but he runs a bit deep. Bennett looking to get up the inside line, can't find the traction. Track's developing a lot, isn't it?
This is the first dirt start we've seen all season. Traditionally, we've had pavement. Look at Backrud. Oh, he's loving this blue groove. And that blue groove, again, if you wet it down, it gets slick. But again, right now, it seems like it's just got that right amount of slip and grip. Andreas is like, oh, chef's kiss.
Yeah, you can hear the Yokohamas screaming, can't you, in turn 1 and turn 2. That's something we didn't hear with the internal combustion cars. You definitely hear a bit more of what's going on with the vehicles. So Bennett made it all the way through to the final battle yesterday against Travis Pastrana. Showed great pace, just says he feels really at home, says this track suits him, feels like a motocross track to him, and he's loving it, but he's behind Backrud. Remember, the Yokohama Joker Lap is closed, so they've got to make a pass on track if he wants to get it done.
All right, so Ollie Bennett's really got to push. You see Andreas Backrud working the wheel, just a little out of shape and then threw it back in there, but just getting super sandy, sliding that thing, the electric slide as we can call it here, as again, the FC1X all-electric 1,000 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and Ollie Bennett, look at that! Oh, almost gets to the side of him, and that's, this isn't drifting. There's no free, there's no points for basically angle, style, and all those other elements. This is all about just getting fast, getting there first.
He's looking to find a way through still, isn't he? Out in the wall almost, so I wonder if he damaged the car, but I don't think so. He's so close to Backrud, chucking it into that hairpin. Drivers are all trying to get the rotation done early, make sure the car's pointing straight on the exit, then get on the loud pedal, as we used to call it, the power pedal, and make sure that you can get that 1,000 horsepower down on the road. Even a bit of blue groove coming in here, Jared, look on the run into the stadium.
Yeah, the voltage pedal? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll do. Yeah. Why not?
I mean, we could go for the gigawatts. How about the gigawatt pedal?
Okay. I'm in.
All right.
We all know they're looking at the data, aren't they? Exactly the same way they used to. Will he have another go? So this was where Bennett tried on the previous lap. I think he's a little way too far back this time.
And this is where it gets interesting. I was talking with a variety of the drivers where the big element here is keeping the tires on the wheel.
Yes.
And that's not a compromisation of the product. It's basically overdriving the car, or if the car has too much grip, and then basically the tire's going to stick and the car keeps going. That means the car's you're going to have a puncture or a debeating of a tire. That could be detrimental. If we have too much grip.
Yeah, you got to try. You got to keep the car straight. If there are any ruts, the track crew does such a good job. We won't see many of those. Backrud takes the first checker flag from Bennett. Bennett made the final yesterday, goes out in round 1 today, and I think that's a little bit of a marker of the depth of talent in this series. I was looking at the times this morning, and in any given session, it was 0.6 of a second over 6 cars. Here we go, listen in.
Chris, how many problems? It's very bumpy here now. Look at the car. Yeah, it's a concrete wall on the outside. feel cautious there. Confident.
So Ollie Bennett there giving some feedback saying Chris won't have any problems, but it's very bumpy. He said about the concrete wall, a little bit of caution there. That's what Backrud will be doing also for Larson. And the other thing they'll be feeding back is what start settings did they use. Bennett got a bit too much wheel spin, but Jared, that could be because of what side of the grid he was on. Now Backrud's on the radio as well. So all that information crucial for your teammates. If Backrud gets any closer to Larson, how much of it do you think he'll share later in the season?
Of course. You know, I mean, I don't think there's any team orders as of yet. There's so many more rounds, so many tires to burn. What do we got?
The dirt kicking up from Bennett's car. You saw from the rear left in particular, a lot of loose dirt coming off. Yesterday, that side of the grid, the drivers were coming further from the wall, if you remember, just to try and get into a bit more of a groove. So, you know, they've re-prepped the track overnight as well. So you can't ever really compare the conditions in any one session in Rallycross, which is what's so cool about it. But yeah, tricky. Let's see if Elliott ends up the same.
All right, here we go with our next battle. We got Chase Elliott, a championship contender, a former NASCAR champion, joined us last year and back here for the first time in FC1X. Definitely needs some more seat time. Let's see how he fares. Chase Elliott going against Connor Martell, who got his first podium yesterday, second place at round 5. Nitro Rallycross presented by A-Shock. Speaking of A-Shock, Chase Elliott with that accelerator vehicle, the number 9. This is round 6 of Nitro Rallycross presented by A-Shock. And then you got Connor Martell with the Excite My Energy Vermont Sports Car 21. Who's going to get the jump? Looks like Connor Martell. Considerable amount more seat time than Chase Elliott, but oh, look at Chase, gets in the back of him.
Have some of that.
Little hate tap. There's nothing lovely about that. As the hood give it a little
side by side over those jumps again. Martell flings it in. Elliott goes up a bit too high. If he'd been a bit closer there and dropped down low, he does try, look, but he was just a little bit too high in the banking to sneak up the inside of Martell. Martell's got that sideways style again. Him and Pastrana are both a bit like that. Travis has said a few times, hasn't he? Scott was a complete contrast. Scott Speed, his teammate last year, so they kind of teamed up and were like, oh, I do this in this corner, I do that in this corner. Now him and Connor look at it and go, dude, we're both sideways everywhere. How are we going to go quicker?
And he's pulling in so many resources, including Scott Speed. Travis pulled in Scott to give some insight. Chase Elliott, he's right there in the hunt.
Mistake from Martell on the second of those left-handers there. Sorry, the first of them. He got 2 sideways on the exit. It's allowed Elliott to close the gap by 0.3 of a second, down from 0.6 to 0.3. So Chase Elliott will know how to put a pass on. He knows how to work banking. He's super close in behind Martell. Now, remember last time Elliott went high on the banking here. This time he looks to the inside line. Martell flings it in. Elliott does the same. Full throttle on the exit here, trying to get alongside him. Elliott almost alongside, half a car. Is he close enough to have a look on the way under the A-Shock Energy gap jump? Gives him a little tap sideways again from Martell. He's getting beaten up big time in this one. Elliott, though, just drops a car length back. Still got another lap to go. Sideways on the jump landing.
There.
Yeah. Look at Martell, he's ragged, Jared.
Yeah, he's getting really loose in the car and maybe getting a little too aloof. Chase might be hunting him down.
He wanted to
but then Chase just made a mistake.
Yeah, he wanted to make some settings changes this morning, Connor. He was saying he was hunting for a bit of grip, so they were already running the car quite soft. He'd had some ideas looking at some of the other teams as to what he was going to do. You're looking at Martell now, 3 nips on the handbrake into turn 1, bit of opposite lock, up towards the gap jump. Here we go. There it is. Down the other side. So yeah, maybe it might be, Jared, that he's done something with the settings and he's gone, you know what, I don't like it. But as long as he wins this, he'll get another go.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you got to find that, you know, find the tenths of tenths, right? And that's what the difference is between second and first. And he couldn't catch Travis yesterday. And obviously, like you said, you know, here's Andreas Backerud. Is he going to share his insight with Robin Larson? The question is Travis sharing it with Connor?
Yeah, true. I mean, I think they're not in a championship fight, so I think they're much more likely to share that information. It will be, and look, Larson and Backerud are good mates. They'll share it to a certain extent, but you just know that a wall goes up in a garage sometimes if it's your teammate you're fighting against.
All right, so there it is, and looks like Connor comes out unscathed. Unfortunately, Chase Elliott will be parking it till later on, till tomorrow.
Yeah,
till tomorrow.
We're thinking on yesterday's terms, aren't we?
Yeah, we're thinking yesterday's terms. Yeah, an all thriller, no filler, action-packed day yesterday. So today's all about. Let's listen to the car.
Drive out of the first turn. I feel like I was driving it in pretty good and trying to stay in the bottom, and as soon as I get to throttle, the wheels just spin up and throw me out. I feel all right in the back section, besides that one, caught that hole. And then same with turn 2, you know, it's just an absolute iceberg back there.
That's awesome, look.
Connor's got a really good spirit, a really good attitude. He's kind of learning. What I really like about Connor's attitude is he knows you can't win in battle brackets. You just need to advance on. It's all about placement. And then when it gets to the finals, then you wear it like a bad suit if you had a bad day. You know? And you know, we saw that, you know, Elisa got some words with Ollie Eriksson, and rightfully so. They want to win. They want to compete. So as, you know, they're all Type A people. They all want to win.
They're alphas. They want it. Interesting what he said, wasn't it, Jared? It's exactly what we said about him struggling for traction on the exit of corners. So there was the left-hander. This was turn 1. So you got a tap in turn 1 anyway, so you can't really judge your traction there. But up in turn 2, he said it was not enough. That's this right-hander coming up. So he's struggling, he says, on the exit here, but the most obvious places were actually the right-handers where he got the left-handers where he got sideways at the end of the lap. Woof, Chase Elliott did get in, gave him a couple of taps, didn't he?
Yeah. And, you know, I like that, though. I think it shows that Chase is in the fight, you know, and I think a couple more goes, maybe see him at, you know, other rounds. That's what I really like. But again, he's not new to Rallycross. We saw him last year. Give it to Tanner.
We've got 2 winter rounds, Jared. You know, we can't have any of these excuses from these circuit races. Oh, I'm a bit busy doing F1 or whatever. No, you're not. It's January and February. Come and get after it with us. You know? We know it's your off season.
Okay, hey, Cole, you're from UK. Do you want to come to Arizona, or do you want to come to the frozen tundra of Canada?
Well, there is that. But I think the ice racing will be fun. It might be a bit of a leveler. I think the fact it'll be so slippery, it might be a bit of a leveler.
Yeah. Speaking of NASCAR, here's another NASCAR driver, Daytona 500 winner this year, and 2022 NASCAR Rookie of the Year, Austin Cindric.
Do you get a cool watch for that, the Daytona 500 thing?
What is that about Daytona 500?
So yeah, Cindric, Daytona 500 winner. Do you get a cool watch for that? Is that one of those things you get an amazing watch for?
I know in sports car you do. It's just an amazing accolade to kick off.
It's incredible. You don't need to watch, do you? I mean, it's just it's a badass
Daytona,
medal,
Talladega, you know, all these different, you know, Monaco. There's certain tracks that hold a mystique. If you just win that, you're among a very few alum. All right, on the other side, we got Kevin Eriksson. On the other side of the start grid, Austin Cindric, Kevin Eriksson, send it. That's what the sign says. That's what they're going to do. Ooh, Austin really working through that soot. Did you see how much attitude that car had?
So far, the left-hand side of the grid hasn't worked out for anybody, Jared. All the stars have been won from the right-hand side, so it might come down. It's not going to completely come down to that, but it might come down to which side of the grid you end up on, which is all to do with where you positioned earlier on in the day in those battle bracket seeding races.
All right, so Kevin Eriksson out front. Austin Cindric trying to chase him down. And Travis made that observation yesterday. Austin, the attitude of his vehicle, you can see he kind of brakes and then turns. He really needs to be more fluid with it in order to carry that speed through. And he's got, I mean, look at that. He's front row with Kevin Eriksson, who has the most seat time of anybody in this FC1X.
Yeah, Kevin knows exactly what he's up to, doesn't he? Look at that, just chucking the car one way then the other. They are very chuckable, these. Cindric's close in, has to make just a little adjustment to his attitude in that corner on the exit. Jumping back in now. Interest as well, Austin Cindric, he'd done Rallycross before, but saying this was his first gap jump, so obviously didn't get to do any of the gaps back in the GRC days.
No.
There it is, over the A-Shock Energy big gap jump. Then up on the step up, where we got that camera up high. 1.7 seconds, so Cindric at the minute, you can see the sector times either side of the graphic there. The purple dots mean fastest and the green dots mean personal best, but Kevin Eriksson's just gone fastest in every sector on that first lap, so yeah, he's flying.
He's hard to beat. He's real hard to beat right now, and that's a big uphill battle, unfortunately, for Mr. Cindric, who's very, very talented. Like I said, you know, talking about Daytona, talking about Rookie of the Year, no newcomer. There's some great photos when I had some words with him yesterday, him and Kevin's brother Ollie. Absolutely young, just seen some cool photos of them from the years back. But Kevin Eriksson making it look easy here in this bracket battle. Kevin Eriksson will be our final battle bracket. If Kevin does finish this and gets the win, he will be going against Robin Larson in the quarterfinals.
Larson had his worst finish of the season yesterday, and I think it was P6 or something. You're doing all right if that's your worst finish of the season, aren't you? It's not terrible. It's not terrible.
right, so again, Pastrana and Meek, Fraser McConnell versus Connor Martell, and most likely it will be Robin Larson versus Kevin Eriksson.
5th, sorry, not 6th. So yeah, really not that bad.
Yeah. All right, making this look too easy. The checkered flag there.
That's not Big P.
Yeah, that's not Big P. I believe
flag wave.
That is the CMO of Gel Blaster.
Ah, yes,
so,
get in.
Yeah, my son T-Bone here, Tyson, he's got his Gel Blaster gun. He's shooting people, innocent bystanders going by. And the Gel Blasters are too much fun to have, Coley. We've been shooting people while they're walking. Street Bike Tommy, we got him good yesterday. We lit him up like a candle.
We didn't. He almost ran into a truck.
Yeah, it was
trying to get away from us, which was great.
All right, so Kevin Eriksson there in the car with him, just so serious. Look at that, look at that.
I wonder how long it'll be before they realise that we're always listening to them on the way back to the paddock, and they'll go, don't say anything, don't say anything. Don't give it away.
All right, so taking a look at that, that was the final battle bracket in the round 1, and that's how our quarterfinals shape up. You can see Ollie Eriksson versus Andreas Backerud, Pastrana versus Meek, which is going to be fun, Fraser McConnell versus Connor Martell, and then you got Robin Larson, our points leader, going against the other Eriksson bro of Kevin Eriksson. The Nitro Rallycross road to the finish line, the battle brackets. Again, today we're going back to the 2-day format. Yesterday was all condensed into 1 day. Today, battle brackets going into tomorrow's heats, and then eventually a winner for round 6. Also, starting today, we see the NRX Next and the side-by-side with a star-studded cast. Demi Bagby, Instagram star, Jim, she does hands, it's crazy what she does. Leticia Buffoni, Leah Block, I mean, we got quite a few, so an exciting day here, Coley.
Yeah, man, looking forward to it. Sun shining, what not to like?
That's right. Nitro Rallycross is brought to you by A-Shock, a modern performance energy drink created for today's active generation. Smirnoff Ice Smash, full flavor unleashed. Gila River Resorts and Casinos, it's time to own your moment. Told you these Gel Blasters are an absolute blast. Look at these things. Who do we got? Oh, we got security.
Children. We can't shoot children.
All right, don't shoot the babies. Don't shoot the babies. What about innocent fans? Look at this guy. Make him dancing.
Sorry.
Here are some moments that we're blasting away with Gel Blaster, the Back 40 Motorsports. All right, so we saw Andreas Backerud right there. Robin Larson, both of them are in to the semifinals. Unfortunately, Ollie Bennett knocked out. So Andreas Backerud advances on.
Super close on the lap times. We super close. We know that. Bennett will be disappointed. I think Bennett, he doesn't want to lose the momentum of yesterday. It's such a great start to the morning, and then the afternoon it didn't go so well. Jared's still got the huge gun. Dude, that's powerful.
You have Gel Blaster envy?
I do. I've got one of those at home. It's in my garden shed waiting for summer because it's so wet in the UK.
All right, so looking at this track, what are your expectations with today? And again, maintenance, overnight, cooler night, all day today. We're not going under the lights tonight or tomorrow, so we're going to see, I would assume, a little drier conditions.
We're definitely going to see drier conditions. The track team are working super hard. They always do. They're out there in between literally every single session to make sure it's in tip-top condition. The difference, obviously, look in turn 1 here and you'll see the blue groove. So it's actually under the dust. When it's under the dust, Jared, your shuffleboard analogy earlier was really good. You get a layer of dust which is on top, and that makes it extra slippery. But if you're in the blue groove and it's clean, then there's a bit of grip in there. So you're trying to stay low. Connor was telling me you can't stay low and just drive around the corner. It's too slow. So you have to send it in. But if you send it in,
Andreas did a really good job.
Yeah, and then if you run off the blue groove though and get into the loose stuff, then you lose a bit of time. So it's standard dirt racing, track development. They've just got to try and figure out their settings and things like launch settings to go with how dry the track is. And we water it in between sessions, so there's a lot for them to think about. So good fun.
All right, so yeah, some great fun bracket battles. We're going to whittle it down to find out who is our TQ here today.
I gotta say, we're getting pretty good at these interviews after you do really good on the track. What can you say about your race against Ollie Bennett today?
I mean, it was an awesome race. First and foremost, Ollie have taken so many steps the last few years, and he's right up there. And I pushed everything I had. Luckily, I got some love tap up there, which is fine. I just had a great launch, and the jumps now and the track, everything suits me very well. So I need to take it from there and keep on pushing. In the battle seating there, I got penalized from contact with Kevin Eriksson. I don't agree with the stewards, but okay, sometimes you get something and other times you give back. So I guess that's for now. And now we just need to keep our heads down and keep on pushing.
Now, you finished third yesterday, but looking at the championship table, you actually got a little closer to that #1 spot. How much is that a thought process in today's races?
I mean, this doubleheader we knew was going to be crucial for championship points, but I also look at it as this is going to be a long season. If I lose out today, it's not here I'm going to lose the championship, but if I get the chance, I'm going to stick my nose in there and grab some points. So the danger man is Travis Pastrana. He's catching us big time. He had an excellent run yesterday, and yeah, I think we need to beat him today.
He got top qualifier yesterday. Your teammate has 2 stickers on his car. What about you? You're going to get some stickers today?
Yeah, I haven't got any stickers yet, so I'm just going to take it as it comes today. You know, I've tried so hard to get those stickers every time, but yeah, who knows? Maybe this time is it. From all the way from the back, all the way to the front. That's where we're going.
All right, Andreas, appreciate that very much. Ollie, Jared, everyone, let's take a look.
All right. Well, thank you so much. As like you said, TQ, and he did it, like he said yesterday, from LCQ, 4th row, both him and Connor from the back, working their way up to 2nd and 3rd. So it is doable, but in the battle brackets, it's just you versus another driver.
Yeah, and that's what we was yesterday. It's if you're in the lead, it's not that hard to compete against the best drivers, but keep the door shut the whole time. They can't pass you. When you get 8 cars in there, you know, look at Larson yesterday, tags the wall, spins off the side, Ericsson spins, McConnell has to brake for him. Everybody's little mistake run wide has a knock-on effect. It's like dominoes. So when you've got a pack of cars racing, anything can happen. As we're going to find out in a minute with the side-by-sides who are lining up on the grid, loving these things. Jared, the jumps this morning, we were stood trackside, weren't we, waiting to go out and do some filming. Like, you've got 5 minutes, get your filming done now. And they were coming in, and I mean more than head-high. Leah Block came past us, didn't she? I'm sure she would have shown up at PHX's air traffic control. Like, it was seriously high.
Yeah, no, and think about these Can-Ams. From Glen Helen to now, we get a variety of drivers. These kind of, I don't want to call them like star cars, but basically we're seeing some repeat customers and we're seeing some new drivers, but also the attitude of the Can-Ams. This is spec class. They're all with the same equipment, the same tires, but they have lowered the suspension of them from Glen Helen, so not as top heavy, and they're a little bit lower center of gravity, but they still do have that long travel suspension. But BJ Baldwin, notably, you know, just coming off a Best in Desert Championship, I think it's 7th or 8th.
I think it is. That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, having BJ in the mix is absolutely awesome. Again, Leah Block, Leticia Buffoni, Gregor Michaud. Who else do we have? Oh, we got Amanda Sorensen. Amanda Sorensen, she's right there in the number 12 from Las Vegas. A talented drifter. She's driven a monster truck. I mean, she's driven short course truck racing. She does a lot of different racing disciplines from Las Vegas. Young lady, have been seeing her grow in the Formula Drift Championship from Pro Spec and her brother Brandon Sorensen. So it's great to see her in the mix, chopping it up, and side-by-sides here today. It's going to be a different driver tomorrow, though.
Yeah, Demi Bagby at the back of the pack as well. Missing, I suppose notably missing, Travis is missing, and so Brian Deegan. So Travis, I'm guessing, focusing a bit more on Group E, and that paid off yesterday big time. Deegan, I don't know why Deegan's not here. He should be here. He's having a great time in
Deegan's hanging out with his youngest son.
Okay.
I mean,
he's very good at looking after them.
He's being a dad, you know, and between Haley Deegan and his other 2 boys, they have a busy schedule. All right, so side-by-sides are here. Again, Scotty Lawrence, Gregor Michaud, Robin Shute, also multiple-time Pikes Peak winner, pilot of his Wolf, 13-year-old Ben Mayer, Leah Block, Amanda Sorensen, Leticia Buffoni, BJ Baldwin, and Demi Bagby. All right, 30 seconds to go. Countdown to starts. Are we putting all of them in there?
We got 9 cars. Just clock that, Jared. We got 9 cars on the grid. So yeah, it's going to be exciting to say the least. Greg Warmer showed there. Look on the outside of row 1, I think, and it's Scotty Lawrence who should be on the pole. So Scotty Lawrence ran these cars, all 8 of them at the previous round. This time he's sitting in there. So Travis is out of the car and Scotty's in.
All right, so here we go. Scotty Lawrence there. Again, looking at Michaud there in the 27. Let's see what kind of start here. We got 9 vehicles, and the 27 is out front. Michaud, who was definitely a contender throughout the season.
got a way better start with Showed. Lawrence was left standing. That side of the grid we didn't favour earlier on. They don't take the A-Shock Energy gap jump. Remember, they take this alternate line, so they head straight up to the step up. Into the Joker, that goes Gregoire Michaud. So Michaud jokering immediately. We know it's around half a second in the Group E's. We're not sure in these cars. Schute's gone in. Mayer's gone in. Sorensen, Buffoni and Bagby. So everybody except so Lawrence, Block and Baldwin have stayed out. Look for the back there to see where Baldwin's going to end up, Jared, because there's a lot of traffic coming out the Joker.
Yeah, look at, there's Lawrence. We talk about the zipper, how they kind of rejoin. This zipper is stacked, and it might, when you zip it up and get some clothes stuck in there, that's what I feel like is going to happen right now. But the zipper, you can see 3 of them, as you said, Lawrence, Leah Block, and Baldwin vouched out of that Yokohama Tire Joker lap.
So Michaud came out in the lead, and we know it was behind Lawrence when they went in, so Lawrence is now heading off around the Joker lap, and will hope to come in back in front of Michaud. There was nothing in between them, less than half a second when they went into the Joker, so I would suggest it's going to be a similar delta time to yesterday. There he is. Look at Lawrence, runs it all the way out to the delta on the outside right-hand side. No, he's not there, so he's slower through the Joker, and Michaud now has a pretty healthy advantage. Michaud, of course, has been racing all season.
All right, so Baldwin, the only one that has not hit that Joker lap. Michaud, Lawrence, Schute, Mayer, and then Baldwin sitting in 5th. But Gregor Michaud, the lone Canadian out there, just really throwing. Look at that, and we talk about that blue groove. I mean, he's looking like Baccaroon in the Group E car. That thing is just, he's pulling tire up.
He's absolutely chucking it around, isn't he?
Look at that. Look at that glossy. See that shine on the face of that jump?
That's blue groove again. That's where the grip levels are. Well, where the track's polishing in. Doesn't always give you super grip. Here it is. Look in understeer.
Look at the understeer.
Real bad
Holy
understeer.
cow. So you need the attitude of that vehicle needs to come out.
He's run super
he's
wide.
Using the whole course.
Yeah, nearly ended up the A-Shock Energy gap jump.
All right, so a lot of notable names there. Look at Sorensen in front of Baldwin right now. Leticia Buffoni 7th, Demi Bagby, Leah Block jumps in front of Leticia Buffoni in 7th. But it's all Michaud, Lawrence, and look at Schute. He says he's feeling a lot more comfortable. He's at pace from Glen Helen to today. He's feeling a lot more comfortable with this setup. Ben Mayer, the 13-year-old, sitting in 4th. And there it is, Michaud, Lawrence, Schute, Mayer, now Sorensen. Look at that little turn of the wheel there from BJ Baldwin. Leah Block comes in, Leticia Buffoni, and Demi Bagby. All right, so Michaud just absolutely delivering here. That 27 from start to finish. Well done. Gregor Michaud, Scotty Lawrence, Robin Schute, 1, 2, and 3.
12 seconds across the 9 cars, not a lot in it, but only 3 seconds across those top 4. Ben Mayer in 4th. Yeah, tight between them. Amanda Sorensen look up in P5.
Yeah, Amanda Sorensen is definitely a talent, getting in front of BJ Baldwin. And BJ yesterday told me, he says, hey, can we make this more of an endurance race? I really start to come alive at lap 20. I need it to be longer. He's used to 1,000. He's used to 250s. He's like, wait, how many laps? I need more. That's where he comes alive.
You come into this from anything that's endurance-based, and it's a bit of a shock, isn't it? If you need to get it done in turn 1, and if not, you've got about 3 minutes to recover.
This is a sprint, not a marathon.
That's your lot. Yeah.
As far as the day goes and the weekend goes, it's a bit of a marathon, but it's just bang, it's
bam, bam. I think that's why people love it. We are of a generation where we struggle a little bit to stay concentrating on things for too long, and
All right, so Gregor Michaud out front, and he did not look back. There was a little bit of changing of the guards in regards to, Robin Schute, Leah Block, Baldwin, and then, everybody chopping it up. But Scotty Lawrence, as Coley was saying, Travis Pastrana focusing on Group E, not doing double duty with the side-by-sides and Group E, focusing on getting and going for that championship in the all-electric FC1X Group E. So you can see coming around there, the Yokohama tire shrouded side-by-sides to 77 of Scotty Lawrence. The Yokohama tires go around. You can see using all of that course, but look at that understeer. Definitely going to need to change the driving style, getting more aggressive, throwing that back end out, and really trusting the equipment. See right there, Michaud, well done. the checkered flag is out. Next stop for the side-by-sides will be the LCQ. And next up, NRX Next. Literally, it's next. As the next vehicles, these 4-cylinder hot hatchbacks, another spec class. A lot of talent here, and we talked about, so here we are. Let's take a look at the grid first. George McGinnis, Casper Janssen, the guy to beat, Jimmy Henderson, Lane Michaela, and Eric Gordon bringing up the rear. We talked about Austin Cindric, who's racing FC1X. This is his first time in the all-electric, but this is where Austin Cindric cut his teeth. They used to be called, when Red Bull Global Rallycross was around, they were called lights, and now these same vehicles positioned over here, they are called NRX Next. And next on for more reasons than one, obviously, you know, aspiring to get into the FC1X Group E and Rallycross vehicles, a spec class that you'll see how competitive they are. They do not hit that A-shock gap jump, but look at that, the 44 looks like they're, oh, and the 55 spins out. The 55 of Lane Michaela comes to a halt as Jimmy Henderson, the 44, and that back 40 gets out front. But you can see, looks like McGinnis and Casper Janssen taking the Yokohama Tire Jockey Lap. Casper Janssen, George McGinnis, come on, oh no, and look at that, we're seeing Casper Janssen get into the dirt. Unfortunate for him. And there we go, as you can see, Henderson continues on, and unfortunately Lane Michaela is stranded in the dirt, and Henderson continues on. McGinnis sits in second. And Casper Janssen, nice job by Henderson. Michaela is tapped out. McGinnis, Janssen, Henderson, and Gordon. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lap 2 of 4. And it looks like McGinnis is about to cross the finish line. Oh, and the zipper, look at that, we got contact.
Eric Gordon, isn't it, on the inside line? Spoke to Eric Farren this morning, who's running the yellow. Oh, they're getting into each other again.
Oh, McGinnis.
That won't go down well, Jared. That straight line door-to-door contact. Okay.
Why do you cringe?
Sorry, it was Henderson, actually. Sorry, it wasn't Eric Gordon. It's Henderson P2 that was having contact with him. If you're side-by-side in a straight line getting into it, you kind of return. You do it in a corner. It's he's broken the rear end.
Oh,
so
no,
problems for McGinnis. Going to come sideways over the finish line. Spins.
That's a white flag. That is not a checkered.
Oh.
So McGinnis, and we know him as an aggressive driver, but that seemed like shared fault, right? They're kind of getting into each other. I mean, I need to run the tape back.
The thing is, the merge in turn 1, McGinnis was on the outside. We know Henderson was quick from last time. Sorry, I just run back into the commentary box trying to wrangle some guests for us. And so the back 40 run machine of Henderson. Henderson had a fantastic time coming from Pro 4 racing into the NRX Next category. Absolutely loving it. He had the merge on the inside line, a little bit of a nudge between them, and then it just carried on. It was a bit of a grudge match, wasn't it, up the next straight. When you turn into somebody in a straight line, you can get yourself in a bit of bother with the stewards. I suspect they won't bother doing anything because McGinnis then span round over the line and ended up heading off backwards. So.
All right, so Henderson gets the victory. Casper Janssen, who got into the dirt a little bit, but looks like he 1 and 2. Well done. The NRX Next. Again, next as they want to progress on into Group E or other rallycross vehicles. Jimmy Henderson, Casper Janssen, McGinnis ends up in third even with that broken back wheel. Eric Gordon and Lane Michaela is an early retirement for him. And we're going to be joined by 2 drivers of the Nitro Side-by-Side Celebrity Invitational. They're all running the Can-Am X3s. They're all running identical setups. It's just called a spec class. 2 drivers as very, very talented drivers are going to be joining us here. But you know, we're talking about the Can-Am Celebrity Race, and there's just a host of characters, personalities, and somebody that's really making a kind of a go into motorsports is somebody who's absolutely massive on Instagram. She does handstands and all these crazy places. I met her at SEMA last week. She does some crazy she's Mighty Mouse, man. She packs a punch. I had some words with Mrs. Demi Bagby, who's here in the building.
Yeah, we got FC1X, we got the Group B, yeah, we got Next, but also we have Next. This star, Demi Bagby, in the building. racing side by side, and you are Mighty Mouse. You pack a punch. You do gymnastics. You do handstands. You got Instagram followers. Side by sides this weekend. You're making kind of a statement about you getting into motorsports. What kind of statement are you making here this weekend?
Now we are racing. We're about to send some awesome jumps. We're going to be going around these corners like nobody's business, and we're going to have a good time.
I like that. So good time, but I mean, you're racing against Leticia Buffoni, a good friend of yours. You're racing against Travis Pastrana, NBD. How much pressure or how much excitement do you have in your mind?
I'm excited. Everything came together so nicely. I've been training at Radford Racing, getting my driving in, so you know your girl is prepared to crush it this weekend, and Travis is going down this weekend.
I mean, your shirt says it all. It says Brat. Is that your spirit animal this weekend?
It's gonna have to be, right?
It's a double header too. How much experience, let's be honest, how much experience have you had in side-by-sides?
Once. And I rolled the crap out of it.
Well, I guess.
They were like, have you ever ridden a side-by-side? I was like, yeah, I sent them a video, just me crashing it.
Okay.
They're like, we got this.
Well, wreckers are checkers, and obviously social media plays a role into this, but you legitimately are kind of curating a world and a lifestyle in motorsports. This is something that you're passionate about.
Very passionate about it. This is step one of becoming a pro driver. I'm excited to make a career change and make this my new hobby.
And for those that don't know, again, they could find you on social media. We saw each other at SEMA show, getting to know each other, and then, you know, here in Arizona, this is what you call home right now. What was your former life coming prior into motorsports?
So it's all mostly like action sports and acrobatics, and now we're going straight into racing. I'm excited because it's definitely more sustainable. Even Leticia and I, right, like the sports that we do, just a lot of compression on our bodies, and I think we're both ready to make a change and do something that's different, fun, adrenaline, and have a bigger community around us.
Awesome. Well, let's see how Demi Bagby does.
Let's go.
Nitro Rallycross side by side. Let's see. We don't want to see her do handstands in the side by side. Okay. I mean, make the highlight reel.
What?
But
Come on. I'm thinking of driving with my feet upside down, you know?
Okay. Let's cut. There you go.
So that was Jared catching up with some of our side-by-side drivers. I've managed to blag a couple more, ran out and brought them in. Amanda Sorensen, hello, how's it going? And BJ Baldwin.
How's it going?
All good, man. So BJ Baldwin is 11 but 8 times. What? How many times off-road?
8.
There we go, 8,
So,
I was right.
I do
8
all right.
times off-road champion, absolute legend on the dirt. Amanda, you come from a drift racing background or just FD, pro spec? Yeah, so like what's the deal for you with coming into side-by-sides?
I actually used to race side-by-sides. I have a championship in 2016, my rookie year. However, it's been 5 years since I raced, so it just feels really good to be back in the car.
So you haven't forgotten how to do it, it was all good?
No, I mean, we're picking up.
Let's have a look, just looking down, we're missing
I
the
think
results.
I was,
so yeah, where were you?
5th, yeah.
Okay, happy
Not
with that?
too bad. I'm right behind the points leader, so
okay,
I'm happy.
good. BJ, how do you get on, mate? Do you do much with side-by-sides anymore, or are you more with...
Sides for a long time, but this is actually my first side-by-side race, so it's a little bit different, you know, for me. My truck's, you know, it doesn't accelerate very well, although it can go really fast, but it's so heavy it doesn't accelerate well or slow down.
Okay,
so
interesting.
These things stop really good, they accelerate really well, and they corner really well, whereas my truck, I'm constantly trying not to roll it over because it has to be set up to go through really big bumps at high rate of speed.
Okay, awesome. Dude, I've seen the videos. Like the suspension on those things is absolutely unbelievable. We've got some pretty decent bumps out here. So you've been enjoying the jumps?
Decent bumps, kinda.
Yeah.
You know, they're acceptable. No, I've been enjoying the jumps. I like the step ups. Be cool to be able to hit the gap jump and have that be part of our course. But it is scary looking, right? You agree?
I mean, I would just send it.
Yeah. I think we got enough speed. Yeah, close your eyes as you go over. But after you went over a few times, I think you get used to it.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, stay with us, guys. That's the crowd down in the stands. Looking forward to a bit more action. More to come. So we're getting ready for our Group E quarterfinals here at Wild Horse Pass, round 6 of Nitro Rallycross. Cars are going to be getting out there. When have you guys got to go? Do you need to head off?
We gotta go.
You got your last chance qualifiers? All right, well, look, thank you. Sorry it was such a short visit. Amanda, go and send it. BJ, good to see you. We'll come back and see us later on, maybe. But, no, maybe don't. Maybe go and win and not have to come
You'll
and
hear us when we're standing on the podium.
All right, that's
hell yeah.
awesome.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. Good luck. Enjoy it. So those guys are heading out. Jared Deander is coming back in. See you later. Thanks, guys. Look at that crowd. Beautiful sunshine beating down here in Arizona. This is where we're at. So we're on to the quarterfinals of the Smirnoff Ice Smash Nitro Rallycross Road to the finish line. Ericsson versus Baccarat, Pastrana versus Meek, ding dong, McConnell versus Martel, and Larson versus Kevin Ericsson. Jared, I particularly got my eye on Pastrana versus Meek. It'll probably be super clean and sensible as a result of that, but you know.
Now that you just said that, it's definitely not.
Let's
definitely not. I want it, dude. I'm here for it, man. I mean, WWF. I don't know. Did you ever watch like wrestling as a kid?
Okay, so I'm going to give you a super UK reference now. We used to have different wrestling. Our wrestling wasn't as good as WW. What was WW? What?
Well, there's WWF, then WE, and then
so we had Big Daddy.
Okay.
Was a big, massive guy. And Giant Haystacks was another one we had in the UK.
Okay.
It was a bit more basic than the rest of you guys.
Well,
know.
I mean,
get on YouTube and go googling that stuff. Wow yourself with 1980s British wrestling.
I mean, the big thing here is we have Hulk Hogan. We got the Ultimate Warrior. But you know the biggest, baddest wrestler in America? Do you know what it is?
No.
Street Bike Tommy. If you go to challenge him with gel blasters, you challenge him to meat smoking, guess what? Street Bike Tommy, he is the guy to beat. Tommy, what are you up to right now, buddy, from the top rope?
What a beautiful day it is here in Arizona, Wild Horse Pass. We're at a really rad track. We got a lake, we got tons of mountains in the background. The fans are pouring in, mechanics are turning wrenches. There was all kinds of carnage on the track yesterday. The racing is getting insanely competitive. You can hear them banging away on these cars because they got twisted up last night. Travis is sitting on top right now in points. That's my guy. Everybody knows it's my guy. Let's see if we can find out from these fans who they're pulling for today. Let's see. What's up, guys? Hey, are you guys looking for who's your favorite driver right now?
I'm going to go half with Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott, yes, that's not a Travis Pastrana so far. That's awesome. Yeah, we got some NASCAR fans in the house. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Who's your favorite driver?
It would be Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott. Oh my God, this is amazing.
Travis Pastrana, maybe.
Okay, everybody says Travis Pastrana, but this is awesome. Chase Elliott has some fans and support. Chase. Okay, we got some more drivers. All right, this is really exciting because every time I ask that question, it's always Travis Pastrana. I don't blame him. I like him. But man, you know what? It's really cool to see that everybody's out here to see the field. I mean, what's up, guys? How you doing? I like your hair. Are you excited to see this racing?
Oh my God, I'm so excited to see Pastrana. It's not even funny.
Pastrana, there we go. He's got support. That's not just about Chase Elliott. It's about Travis. He's sitting on top in points right now.
I saw that last night. He actually finished. I'm so excited.
You're up on this. That's
I
awesome.
am.
Hell yeah. Well, we got some good fans. Thank you very much. And we're going to have some fun today. I'll be cruising around the paddock, shooting people with gel blasters. I'm going to go hit these food trucks, and I'll be back to you guys shortly.
That's good.
Who's your favorite driver?
Hey, Eric Gordon, man.
Eric Gordon. Let's go. All right. that was Eric Gordon. All right, guys, back to you.
All right, I'm here with Oliver Bennett. I got to ask you a little bit, what happened in your race there?
Yeah, I had a good heat with Baccarat, obviously top driver here. Similar times in practice, but yeah, he seemed to get a better start than me on the outside. P1 today seems a little bit slippy, a little bit loose, so I slotted into P2. I'd give him a bit of hassle in a few corners, but we've got less mid-corner grip today. Yesterday I could throw it out the inside of a few people, make a few overtakes, but today a lot more tricky. It's all on the start.
Now, you were out there supporting your teammate. What'd you see from him?
Yeah, he's going out now shortly, so super excited. I'm going to run to the track and watch him now. But he's against Pastrana, who I raced in the final yesterday. Not an easy guy to be against. Obviously, he even won the event yesterday. So yeah, Chris has got a tall task ahead of him, but he's fast. He'll get there.
Did you give him any tips?
I did. Turn one, get round it first, and go, baby.
That sounds about right, guys. What do you think of that tip?
Austin, how we doing, buddy? You're looking good out there. You're not the fastest, but this isn't your forte. But it's good. Look, FC1X.
I'm supposed to be saying that. I'm supposed to be talking bad about it.
This is how we do it.
You're hyping me up, man.
You're doing great, buddy. Here's your participation trophy. No, there's no participation trophies, Austin. You're 2020 Rookie of the Year. You come in here. It's an uphill battle. But you're having fun.
No kid. Literally an uphill battle. The jumps this weekend have been something I've never experienced before. Even back in my GRC days. Just the amount of precision that you have to go through with the takeoff, the landing, the speed you can gain and lose, but then there's a corner. And I can tell you that dirt probably wasn't my forte when I did do rallycross in the past, and it's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot. I feel like I've gained a lot. I have a chunk. If I make that chunk up, I'm in the game, and it's only in like 2 corners. So for me, I'm still pretty motivated. Obviously, nothing left for me to do today but watch. But it's been a blast. Thanks, Joe Blasters, Dixon Flannels, everybody that's come together, had me out here, and have a lot of fun. But yeah, definitely not satisfied with being eliminated. But it's been a lot of fun. Learned a lot. Definitely gone outside of my comfort zone.
I think it's great, man, and you got a smile on your face, and you have such a great attitude. You said the next race you have is Daytona 500, but Coley and I think that maybe you and Chase need to join us in the frozen tundra of Canada for ice racing, these things, tire studs, snow, ice. Are you into that?
Absolutely.
There we go. Austin Cindric's going to be joining us up in Canada. That's right. My man right here, 2022 NASCAR rookie there. All joking aside, I think it's really great for you to kind of obviously spread your wings and do different racing, right?
Yeah, well, honestly, it's so different than when I was doing this last time. The cars fly differently. The tires are quite different. The cars are extremely different. Even the electric powertrain. Some of the things that you key off of as a driver, even the start line, dude, like you can hear a pin drop. And like when they do that BS, like the heartbeat sound, like they pump out.
The BS you're talking about, it's not that.
No way, I hate it because I'm trying to focus here. Like you could totally be talking smack to me and I'd hear it.
If you had something bad for lunch, you're going to hear it.
Yes.
I think that all feeds into it, and that's why the progression of electrification, and you work with Ford and all the, as a manufacturer, they're big in electrification, so I think it's good that you're here, man. So thank you for joining us.
No, it's great to be here. And like you said, electrification definitely is the future of the auto industry, at least in a certain capacity, and I think it's a perfect application for rallycross with the short, fast-paced races, quick acceleration, instant torque is exactly what you want in a rallycross car, and obviously having that transfer over to street cars and kind of my knowledge, whether that's regen or just getting used to a car that's completely silent.
I like it. Well, you're definitely not a silent driver, and I absolutely love you being here. So thanks, and I know you got an autograph session, but we'll see you tomorrow. You get to chill the rest of the day. So, all right, thank you so much to Mr. Austin Cindric. Throw it over to Elisa now.
Thanks, Jared. Now, I have to ask you, you're going against some top qualifying competition today. How do you feel about your next race?
I mean, I'm always excited racing Robin. He's for sure the one that I feel raced the most fair this year. So we always had great battles. So, racing Robin is always great, and a really, good show for the people as well.
Now, you and your brother are both making some big competition this week. Looking to have a better day than round 5. What is your guys' mindset and your strategy going into this time?
I mean, obviously, I feel I've had the best pace overall to this so far this weekend. The racing hasn't really gone my way. It was a shame, yesterday in the final there. Got a tap in the gap jump, landed on my right rear and it broke, and all hell broke loose before the next jump. So it was a shame to get a tap in the air like that, because there's nothing really you can do when you land. But it feels good. Obviously, the qualifying today, we had a much slower track, so it didn't start off in the best way, even though I felt the pace is at the top.
Now, they were talking about the track earlier. Did you see any sense of it? It's a little bit slippier, or is it about the same?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't like when they let the track do like this, like they have done now, let it blue groove. For me, that's really, really boring, because we lose like 3-4 seconds per lap. So, I mean, hopefully now they've done some track prep more, and we are back to a quick track, which I think, races better and is better for us drivers and for the fans.
All right, well, thanks for that. Best of luck on your next race. All right, guys.
Good to hear from our drivers as they prepare themselves to continue with the battle brackets. It is, of course, Saturday. We had a whole round yesterday, battle brackets in the morning, followed by then heats and semis and all sorts of stuff in the afternoon. But this is where we're at today. So Saturday, this is the start of round 6. We'll be finishing that one tomorrow, Sunday. Ollie Eriksson, Andreas Backward, Travis Pastrana, Chris Meek, Fraser McConnell, Connor Martell, Robin Larson and Kevin Eriksson. That's your lineup for the 4 quarterfinals coming up. That'll put 4 drivers through to the semi-finals. 2 go through from there, of course. That gives us our final. Then we get our top qualifier. They get to choose which heat race they go in tomorrow as we get into the racing portion of the event. So Ollie Eriksson on board with him now. A couple of little blinks. It's super bright here today. Andreas Backward, just those final little bits of prep as well. Quarterfinal number 1 coming up. Backrud versus Oliver Eriksson. These guys have raced each other so many times in the various different championships. Backrud had a great day yesterday, closed down that championship lead to his teammate Robin Larsson by 10 points. Oliver Eriksson, 5th in the series standings at the minute. Like Pastrana, he needs a few more decent results to get right up there. Pastrana had a brilliant result yesterday. He needs another one again today if he's going to continue to close the gap down to Backrud and Larsson. Andreas will want to continue his charge up through these races. Oh, I thought Eriksson jumped the start there. The nose of the car came up. He dipped it back down again. Backrud closing the door, pushes Eriksson to the inside, takes out a stack of tyres. Backrud now up in the fluff on the outside line. Eriksson trying to find the grip. Side by side over the A-Shock Energy gap jump. Coming up now to the step-up jump. Here we go, into the right-hand side. Watch for the rotation. Eriksson goes high. Gonna look for the inside line on the exit now. Tucks back down. He's got the inside on Backrud. Can he go late on the brakes? Backrud will know he's there. He's going to wait and try and chuck it back up the inside again, and he does. Into the door of Eriksson. Oh, Backrud goes straight on Andreas Backrud for the RX Cartel, facing off to the side of the track. A little bit of contact between him and Eriksson as they went underneath the A-Shock Energy gap jump. That's robbed us, because that was a great race for the first few corners. Eriksson won't even know yet. Backrud loosens off the harnesses. That must be some sort of tech failure on the car. Wasn't a big impact. Eriksson going to jump back into the stadium now, comes down that rhythm section over the big jump onto the start finish. Braking now, we ride on board with him. He knocks it down 1 gear, a little bit of handbrake on the way in. Kill that understeer, now on the throttle. Watch for if he takes 3rd gear over the gap first of all. Over the step up again now, we brake, chuck it into the inside line. Be patient on the throttle here, get it lined up on the gas again. There's a little hop and then on the brakes. Took a gear early there to try and kill the wheel spin. Flicks the car into the right-hand side. Waved yellow flag, that's for Backrud's car parked on the side of the road. You can see our drone is the only thing racing Eriksson now. Up over and then left-hand side. Remember the joke that closed in these battle brackets. Left-hander, that was more off camber last year. Flicks it to the right-hand side. Couple of double lefts now. Love riding on board. Here we go. Big steering input to the left. On the throttle again. He takes the right-hand side, which is the bigger jump. Into the stadium. He gets 1 lap to go. He'll continue. He won't be pushing absolutely full speed now, because he'll know that he doesn't need to do anything to beat Backrud. Backrud, of course, in that championship fight now, out from today's qualifying. His teammate Robin Larsson coming up in the 4th quarterfinal against the other Eriksson brother, Kevin Eriksson. Oh, he chucked it in there, didn't he? Leaning hard on those Spec Yokohama tyres. No fear for him. Here's that tricky right-hander. He backs off just a little bit. Well, quite a lot through there this time. So Eriksson might be doing a little bit of tyre saving as well on this. Through the left, drops it back into that back section. Not hard to be getting the purple sectors when you're the only car on track, is it really? But still a good drive from him. He will go through to the semi-finals. Eriksson in the semi will meet either Pastrana or Chris Meek, which is our lineup for the next one. Checker flags out with Big P. Over the line, Eriksson takes it, so Ollie Eriksson books his place in the semi-finals, and we'll find out who he goes up against when we see who wins this next encounter. Bottom left of your screen there, you can see it will be Pastrana or Chris Meek. They've had some epic fights this year. Eriksson glances out the side of the car. There's that blinking again, just blinking, trying to chill himself out, having been wide-eyed through that entire run. And he comes back to the paddock now, get himself fully chilled. There's Backrud still sitting in the number 13. Backrud climbs out of the car. Side by side up into the 2nd hairpin. So this was the moment. Look at this. Eriksson slots back underneath. Jared, you've missed a banger while you've been out of the commentary box. So he gets on the inside here, coming down. Backrud knows he's beaten on the brakes, so he waits, backs it off and comes inside to try and get him.
Man.
There's a tiny bit of contact and then Backrud goes straight on. I don't think that car will be broken from contact, so I think something's happened technically with Andreas' car there. Eriksson, this was so good, coming off the banking to get inside him.
Yeah,
over the jump and down, lovely stuff.
Yeah, I mean, how's your back feeling? Thanks for carrying me there. I was over there talking to Austin, and you know what?
It was cool.
It's so cool how many people are just rolling through the pits. So many different friends from skateboarding, action sports. But look at Backrud go off the Gila River Resort and Casino. Instant replay there.
Looked like he was locked up at the rear. That was a strange one, definitely for Backrud. So he's out anyway, and Eriksson goes through.
The stands are filling up, and like I said, a variety of fans here in the building. Got my boy Justin Eldridge, his family, Deshaun Jordan, pro skateboarder, Andrew Cannon, and now George McGinnis joining us in the booth. But here is how the Smirnoff Ice Smash Nitro Rallycross road to the finish line is shaping up. We got Ollie Erickson, he advances on. Who's he going to go against? Pastrana or Meek? Then you got Fraser McConnell versus Connor Martell, and then Robin Larson versus Kevin Erickson. George McGinnis joining us. George, how we doing, buddy?
I'm okay. My back hurts a little bit.
How's that?
We're good.
Is that from a lot of jumps?
No, it's coming across the finish line. I was told, please be safe with the car.
I remember,
Yeah, because the whole thing like broke in the rear. So I was told, be very careful. So I went too careful, but not careful enough where I didn't still jump, so I cased it really hard.
Okay, dude, not ideal. And how old are you? Like, you got a bad back, and you're how old?
Yeah, I'm 17. I've got 2 herniated discs in my back.
Dude, like, you need to take it easy. Can we get a chair for old man George McGinnis? Like,
I know, dude. Well, McGinnis, again, that was a good time. What do you make of this track, dude?
Oh, I love it so much. The jumps are so nice.
Yeah.
Take a look at this for us. This was yesterday, George. So there's this rivalry between Meek and Pastrana, and really, they haven't come together any time with any malice this year. But there are some guys, aren't there, who just meet on track all the while. You're like, oh no.
Who do you hate most, George?
I don't feel like I should be saying that on a broadcast.
Just let it out. Let it out. I mean, your back hurts. You're young. You're spry mom, and your bros cheering you on.
Just outside the tent right now.
Yeah. All right. So as we take a look at Pastrana and Meek, this is where Chris Meek started to call him Pastrana T-Bone. So T-Bone Pastrana is what he's calling him.
I don't know. I'd say that's pretty fair. He was going to the left of him. Pastrana had the line. He was in front. I don't even think Pastrana could have seen him.
No. So Travis said yesterday he was told that he's to your left. He didn't realise they hit in the air. Let me tell you can't change the trajectory. The little kiss in the air there. But Chris actually told me this morning that as he went up the face of the jump, he got an alarm on the dash. So he knew he had a fault with the car, and they both said since, look, you know what, this one was just but it's not.
Yeah.
It isn't
just
even. It isn't even about, is it, them being mean and getting after into each other all the while. It just, whether it's accidental or not, they've now both got the thing in their heads going, oh no,
I gotta go against
kidding me. It was the only semi-final that we knew the lineup for. Like, there was a few buys in the course. You're like, really? Like, Meek and Pastrana again? So yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting.
Who do you not like?
Again, I don't think I should say because they're
how about every other driver?
His dad's
every other driver
right here. Gary McGinnis is right here, and he knows. He's going, don't you dare! Do not say who you hate.
Knows.
He knows.
He knows who it is.
I think it's everybody else. Like, I mean, everybody out here wants to win, and that's the reality.
There's one particular person.
Okay, all right. We'll just leave. We'll leave that alone.
Leave it at that.
All right. So we are 1 minute away from seeing our next battle bracket, and we talk about Pastrana and Meek, and we are moments away. So George, don't go anywhere. We talked about just this rivalry building up from the entirety of the season, not just last night under the lights, but all the way back to Linden Hill, where we kicked off our 22 season. There we are, taking a look at the magic feet, the tiptoe and tap dancing Chris Meek.
I'm excited to see this. I'm excited. So, by the way, Chris Meek broke his leg recently. I'll tell the story in a minute.
Here we go, Chris Meek, Travis Pastrana. Chris Meek will get, taking a look at his foot box down there. But Pastrana's shoes, coincidentally, have a little bit of champagne in them. Him and Connor Martell did a shoey in their pits last night after Travis won the event, and then Martell they did a shoey right there. Connor had new boots. Travis doesn't, so he's got champagne shoes.
Stinky champagne feet. Yeah. So that's what we're seeing. It's not Chris Meek. It's the stinky champagne shoes of Pastrana. So did you say you got 5 minutes, George? Where, are you back out?
I've got to go to my LCQ, but I can watch this one.
I love how chilled he is. I can wait a minute. It's good. I'll just go to the grid late. It's fine.
I know Eric will call me if it's too busy.
The heartbeat is on, and here we go. Send it. Pastrana out front.
Yeah, you actually saw his start there, Jared. It was absolutely pinned, so he's kind of relying on the settings on the car to hopefully get him away as he wanted to. He has beaten Meek up to that first gap jump, up to the step up now, but see, immediately Chris goes an alternate line. He's going to go high and low and try and find a way. But I think they will both be conscious not to come together too much. Meek on the inside line, but now decides to slot back out again.
All right, Pastrana holds him off once again. again. And Pastrana with that Power Plus Vermont Sports Car vehicle. He got the victory yesterday. And keep in mind, last year he won. TQ yesterday gets the win. Here he is one step closer. He's going against Meek. He said probably Travis even said the best driver here, but not notably the best racer. Talking about passing and what he's normally used to in stage rally.
You don't win Rally Finland unless you're an absolute legend. These jumps for Chris are as easy as they are for Travis, you know, and with runoff. Yeah, Chris is used to no runoff. Look at the alternate line now. He tries again to get alongside him. He's had a one wheel inside him about 4 times already. He'd be big in Travis's mirrors. His spotter will be telling him 0 car lengths. He's on you. Meek goes high. Going to come down low on the exit. Has he lost time there though? If he has, yeah, he's lost a few car lengths.
He got too much side bite.
Yeah, he tried, didn't he? But he couldn't quite get enough on the exit. George, what do you do here in this situation? This is the situation you want to be in, isn't it? Is in the Group B cars,
So I'm just watching Travis. He's been making a bunch of mistakes, so I think he feels very much under pressure by Chris, whether that's just because of how close he is or their past history from the last couple days. So he's definitely making more mistakes than I usually see. He's getting a little bit more over-rotated than he needs to be in the last couple corners. He's making a little bit more mistakes, so I think that's really playing to Chris's advantage, but if Chris can't get by him, it doesn't mean anything.
No, that's true. Yeah, you can still make those mistakes and hold on. Meek goes deep this time, so watch for Chris Meek. Look at the rotation on the Excite Energy Racing machine, trying to find the Wex on the exit. Chris Meek's got that car rotated early and still he can't find it.
Oh, look at that.
Into Travis over the jump, Jared. That's the same jump as yesterday. Now he cased at the top of this one. Has another look inside this time. Maybe Chris Meek's got Pastrana. Side by side. Brilliant move by the Englishman. Watch for Pastrana responding here. Chris will keep it tucked in tight on the inside line. That was a great pass. That's a pass that Chris should be proud of.
Well, Chris gets into him in midair. Travis might have some words for him in regards to that, but the forceful entry by Chris Meek, you can see that front bumper. That was fun. That was fun to watch. Is that racing? What do you think, George?
Absolutely. That was a brilliant pass. Taking notes for myself, honestly. That was a great move by Chris. I might repeat that myself, honestly.
Checkered flag going to be out, but Chris Meek hops into the arena, comes out of the dust. The Englishman makes a pass on Pastrana. We'll wait and see if there's any kind of investigation, but I thought it was good.
Definitely good.
Okay, there we go. George says it's good, Jared. We finally got somebody else we can blame for our poor decision making.
He played a really good race. I thought I could pull away there at the beginning and then backed it down a little bit too much to hold the inside. Can't believe he got to the inside of me. I'm sorry, boys. That was huge.
There you go.
On my part.
There we go. Ian Phillipson, Excite Energy Racing's manager's just leaned in. Look. The grin on Chris Meek's face, that was fantastic. And Travis, obviously, Jared thinks it's cool. He's gutted.
I mean, that's the thing, because there's no gearbox or like clutch. I don't know how he would have bogged, so I don't really know what happened there, but in any case, Chris got to the inside of him. It was a great move. But I do have to go now.
Hold on, George, here, as we're going to go down to Elisa, who's got some updates. Elisa.
Yeah, guys, I talked to Andreas and I asked him what happened in that race with Ericsson. He let me know that his steering rack just broke. He doesn't think it was because of the collision, but he said it just broke, and obviously he was very disappointed, but he's looking forward to tomorrow to kind of get that redemption in.
Thank you so much, Elisa, with the updates there. You can see George McGinnis heading over there. He just left here. Elisa giving some updates. I mean, the action, the fear, the fervor, what's going on here. Again, I've seen some friends come in who've never seen this before. They're like, what is this? What is going on? They're absolutely baffled by this. Let's take a look at Meek and Pastrana. Pastrana kind of admitted fault. Sorry, boys, is what he said.
He said, what also fascinated me, Jared, is he goes, I don't understand how he got inside me. You know, he had that nailed on. Remember what he said last night? Like, there's the tiny tap. But at that point, Chris actually gives up a car length. Now watch this, look. He gets the car so tight on the inside. Look at that. It's a brilliant pass, Jared. That's a sign of a bit more confidence in Chris as to how to get it done the right way. There's the little nudge.
It was very, very fluid because, you know, Pastrana, you saw it kind of drift in, but how Meek just put that front left tire right on that ridge and it didn't move. It kept kind of steady all the way through. It didn't look violent like he drifted and kind of flicked it in. The Scandinavian flick. It was just a fluid movement and taking that shorter line.
Just waited for it to turn in.
Really well done.
One car length back after the nudge in the air. Comes one car length back and then gets through. Fantastic. Good to see some passing too. We saw Ollie Bennett. In fact, it's the Excite Energy boys that are doing the passing because Bennett made some passes yesterday.
That's right.
And we're seeing the same again today from Chris Meek. So he goes through.
Here we go, Connor Martell and Fraser McConnell. We are into our third battle of the quarter battle brackets. So already in, we are seeing that of Ollie Eriksson will go against Chris Meek, and now Fraser McConnell or Connor Martell will go against either Kevin Eriksson or Robin Larson. 10 seconds to go, and we are seeing this Jamaican driver who won in Glen Helen, would love to win here in Arizona. This dynamic course, so many different elevation changes, jumps, hits, step-ups, all of it. But guess what? Lick the stamp and send it. Here we go. NITRO, let's go. Fraser McConnell and Connor Martell, who got second place. His first podium of the year. Can he do it again on this doubleheader weekend? Connor Martell chasing down Fraser McConnell. Oh, look at that already. Door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel, some bashing of those Yokohama tires.
McConnell lost out there, didn't he? But he's got the inside line for turn 2. He's just got to not let what happened to Travis happen. Here he goes up high. Martell going to come down low, gets into his door. If Martell had stayed in that, Jared, he might have run McConnell wide, but on the other end, the stewards might have gone, you can't just drive him off the side of the road. So great, fair, clean racing from these two so far.
Look at that, Connor, nudging Fraser McConnell, kind of pushing him around here. Okay, these guys are getting aggressive because guess what? There is only tomorrow. This is oh my gosh. These guys are bash bros right now.
So yeah, Martell has another look in the off-camber left-hander into the back of the arena. Now we've got the double left. Fraser bringing it in tight on that apex, going to jump back in. Got about a car length over in 0.2 of a second, 2/10, as you can see. But Martell making it clear he's not going to let Franz have this all his own way, and if there is anywhere that he can get through, he will try. On board with Martell as he looks over the A-Shock Energy gap jump. It feels so much longer than that when you're flying over the top of it, I can promise you. Pitches the car in. Look at that fantastic shot up at turn 2.
All right, so Fraser McConnell consistently moves on. Keep on keeping on. Connor Martell, you can see that almost a second. Almost a second now. Look at that 1.4 second gap. Yeah, Fraser McConnell, he needs this.
Yeah, I wonder if he's nursing something now, Jared, because to see Connor, you wouldn't expect to lose that much time. Either that or too many mistakes trying to get back to him. You can overdrive when you're trying to make up that time.
All right, so again, 1.2 kind of closes it in, but I think Fraser's off to the races. This is the final lap. But look at that blue groove. It's the black groove, man. That thing is black licorice. It's sticky, it's sweet, but sometimes, it's a little bitter, because if you go on the outside of that, just like there, you see Franz going into that, the black, the blue groove, whatever you want to call it, and then goes and gets into the marbles. It's going to change the attitude of the vehicle and change the line. This is a totally different track from last night.
Yeah, it is, yeah. And the dampness was the big thing last night, because it gets cold here. And if you've never been to the desert, and a lot of our European viewers won't have been,
you're right.
It's like mid-20s Celsius. What's that in, what is it Fahrenheit today? Like 70s,
today?
Is it?
Yeah, it's 70s. Yeah,
so literally, boom, to like 5-6 degrees in Celsius. Again, you'll have to do the Fahrenheit.
I don't know, whatever it might be.
Thing.
What I do know is the checkered flag is for Fraser McConnell, the Jamaican driver who won in Glen Helen.
So yeah, it stayed damp last night, and there is no dampness out there right now. It is dry and hot. Not a cloud in the sky. Sun is beating down. Fraser McConnell looking happier than yesterday. Yeah, looks across at his onboard camera. He must have seen there. He knows he's on the big screen.
Yep, I hear you. All right, very good job. Very good drive, man. Good drive. Thank you.
So not a lot to be said, is there? Just very good, very happy. And he'll head back to the DRR.
Lap was a 51.8 on lap 2.
51.8. There's Chris
Meek, yeah. To last session.
So they're all. So Fraser's basically asking about lap times in other sessions as a comparison. You've got Chris Meek down there. Now he's a racing driver, because now he's doing
the race hands.
Yeah, when you do the hand signals, I've got to dive inside here with Ian Phillipson, the team manager. Phillipson was actually involved in Super 1600, which was the support category to the World Rally Championship back in the day. He was with Suzuki when Chris Meek would have been with the rival teams. So they know each other. They've known each other for a long time.
Yep. All right, taking a look at it again. Fraser McConnell and that of Connor Martell. And Fraz comes out on top.
Chris Meek's just
Chris Meek gives us an American woo as he walks by here. He's feeling the flow. He's feeling the vibe. But the Gila River Resort and Casino, look at that. Connor and Fraz getting into the tussle, but Fraz comes out on top. And, you can't win in the battle brackets. You got to advance on. So Fraz gained some confidence in his corner, and he will be moving on. Frazier will be going against one of these drivers, our current points leader, pilot of the DRR JC RX Cartel vehicle, Robin Larson, or Kevin Eriksson, Olsberg's Dixon vehicle. All right, so Fraz, he waits in the wings. There's the stats, there's the numbers, there's the countries. Both of them from Sweden, 30 and 26 years old. You can see European Rallycross champion, 9th in standings. Now, keep in mind, Kevin Eriksson missed the first 2 rounds. We saw him most recently in California. He had an injury, really bad injury to his leg, and he was kind of transparent about it. His dad was driving a car, hit him, damaged him, and hurt him, and it was scary. It's great to see Kevin back out here.
Chris Meek's just walked past.
All right. Enough about Meek. It's about Larson.
He's had a broken leg as well. We'll get him in to talk about that in a minute. That's
Larson and Eriksson, let's send it here. Eriksson, Larson, who's going to get the jump? And it looks like Robin Larson, the number 4, gets the jump, the DRR JC RX Cartel vehicle. Kevin Eriksson, the Olsberg's Dixon, number 23. And Larson, like I said, he raced. Oh man, look at Larson diving. I mean, just taking that tighter line. Eriksson trying to go high to low.
Kevin's got to be closer than this, Jared. So the drivers will have been looking. They always look at the other races to go, how's the track developing for a start? You can hear Fraz already going, what's going on in terms of lap times? They'll be asking if there's any holes out there where the blue groove is. But so they're watching the whole time to try and figure it out. And he'll have seen where that pass from Meek was. He'll have seen where Martel managed to get into McConnell a minute ago. You're looking for those opportunities, but they are not there if you're not right on the boot lid, the trunk lid of the car in front. You've got to be right on the back. Now Kevin's tidied it up. He's got to pull back one more car length, then he can start thinking about nibbling away and attacking.
Nibbling? You haven't lunch yet?
Nibbling. I had a lunch, yeah. I had a good lunch.
All right, so speaking of lunch, there is some dust for your diet, some fiber up in your face, and Larson continues on. Kevin Eriksson needs to gain some ground, and there's that tighter line. You're talking about pulling the handbrake, but look at Kevin sliding out. Just does not have the proper setup for this track right now.
0.7 of a second in it. It's just that first lap, I think, where Kevin went in a little bit too hot into turn 2. They're both very good drivers, and when the other guy is as good as you are, it's hard to close down any time. 0.8 at this point. Kevin's super sideways in the background. Look at Larson. Larson's keeping it pretty tidy by comparison to some of the others through here. 0.8 it's saying. We'll find out again as they come over the start-finish line if he's managed to close it down at all. They've got 1 lap to go. No Yokohama Joker tyre lap, remember. Look at that. Yeah. Oh my God, that's the drone under the start-finish.
Let's go.
Yes, I like it.
Nice shot there. And again, that blue groove just grows and grows.
That's insane. That is such a... I was like,
you like the drone shot?
What camera is that? You know what, but that's what I love about the drones is, traditional motorsport, we've been lucky enough to announce motorsport for a long time, and you've had your fixed cameras, it's in turn 2, it's in turn 3, and there's something like, where is that? And it's a drone that someone's done something awesome with, and we're so lucky to have such great drone pilots bringing us that action. I love it.
Yeah, we've been utilizing them a lot in the Formula Drift Championship, and it's a great addition to Rallycross. We've been using them, probably, almost 7-8 years now.
Yeah,
so
amazing.
It's been quite some time.
Gives you a different perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah,
a really different perspective.
Yeah, in the drifting world, we utilize them for judging as well, so that's always great. But from a sensational standpoint, it's definitely a different perspective. As you can see, 2 of them actually out there on track, not just the vehicles, but making it look easy. Robin Larson gets the win, knocking out Kevin Eriksson. So it'll be Larson versus McConnell, and that of Ollie Eriksson versus Chris Meek. So changing things up. Look at that. You don't have any of the 3 podium finishers moving on, because it was Andreas, Connor Martel, and Travis Pastrana. None of those drivers were on the podium.
Not too much chat with
there you go.
That's awesome.
Oh, look at Chris and Travis.
He's coming in hot.
They're still smiling. Oh wait, is that a knife? I'm joking. Travis and Meek having some words, and do
you want to join us, Chris? You got time? Chris has actually just walked in just after. These were shots for just a few moments ago. There are not 2 Chris Meeks. Chris has joined us.
That's how good Chris is. He could be 2 places at one time.
Well, he was everywhere, wasn't he, with Travis?
All right, George McGinnis was up here. He races NRX Next, and here's how the ladder's been shaping up so far. The gentleman that just joined us in the booth, Chris Meek, guess what? He's going against Ollie Eriksson. The other side of the Smirnoff Ice Smash Nitro Rallycross road to the finish line, Fraser McConnell goes against our points leader, Robin Larson. So a couple Swedes, a Brit, and a Jamaican are going to the Final Four. Join us here in the booth is Chris Meek, and again, George McGinnis, NRX Next was up here. He says, how the heck did he do that? You hit him midair, gave yourself a car distance, and then dove in.
Yeah, I just said to Travis, has explained to him, he's so good, and he's using all his motocross experience, everything. This is like a supercross track. But he's able to block past you middle of corners, and I picked a few things up from yesterday. You know, middle of corner, he slows up to check you. So I started to hang back a bit. He checked up, and I could get the run. But to get that move done, I had to think about it 3/4 of a lap before, because I knew I needed to be on his bumper down the start-finish straight. And luckily I got it. I tapped him into T1, got alongside, and then I had to go high and low on the back corner on turn 2. But wow, to get it done was special.
So it looked awesome.
Man. No, but Travis has, he's been on the money all week here, and we've been trying to learn from him. So to take him on, he beat me yesterday, but to take him and get the move done quite clean.
You're fired up, dude. I can tell. We saw the hand signals. You're a rallycross driver now.
No, he went by and went woo. So I don't think there's nothing subtle about that. So all right, Meek, don't go anywhere. We got some side by side. Stick around. Looking at racecraft. What's going on? Again, the race hands. You normally don't see that in stage rally because it's just you just doing this, right? But seeing head to head. Here we go. 30 seconds to our side by side LCQ. Robin Shute, again 3-time Pikes Peak champion. Ben Mayer, 13 years old. Amanda Sorensen from Monster Trucks to Formula Drift. BJ Baldwin, 8-time desert racer. Leah Block, her dad Ken Block, she's a Hoonigan versus the world. Leticia Bafani, pro skateboarder, and then finally you got that of Demi Bagby, 2.5 million followers on Instagram, making an entrance into motorsports. So a variety of drivers in what we call the Nitro side-by-side Celebrity Invitational, all running Can-Am X3s, all set up identical. What do we got? Coley.
Robin Shute on the run down to turn 1 from Polish. Ben Mayer coming around the outside line. A lot of contact in the background. Everybody heading up into the fluff on the outside. Who's been left in the wall, Chris?
There's a wheel been left.
A wheel been left in the wall. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there is. There's a 3-wheeled side-by-side out there, so that's not ideal. That was carnage in turn 1. The back of the grid just caught up to the front of the grid too easily. Robin Shute leading, gone Joker straight away. In fact, 4 cars have gone in. Buffoni, Bagby, Sorensen, all gone Joker straight away, and that's going to leave BJ Baldwin and Leah Block. So it's Ben Mayer. So Ben Mayer from the second place on the grid has lost a wheel in turn 1 is what we think happened.
Yeah, these side-by-sides, they're more or less open wheel racing, which means that the tyres and wheels are exposed, so if you have any contact, the first thing is going to get it is the wheel.
There it is, look, smack in the middle of the racing line up there. Chris, if you had a go in these, didn't you have one in Andorra at one point?
Yeah, I had one at my home just for the mountain trails, but these are obviously built specifically for this job, and they're quick. You can see the height they're taking on the jumps, and I think they'd be great fun to drive it.
The start-finish jump was amazing, Jared.
Yeah, and also what's great about this event compared to Glen Helen, they lowered the stance of them, so the center of gravity, and I think that's proper because they're getting a lot of grip. How is the track transforming in your eyes, man? Because from last night to today, the blue groove and that black, that asphalt, is it sticky? Is it loose? Is it like a shuffleboard?
Exactly. Yesterday, basically it was the Group E. The electric cars were doing all the racing all day, and they prepped the track every run for us. Now, all the other categories are racing the RX2, the Can-Ams, and the blue groove is coming more today. But the blue groove, the rubber gets laid down on hard-packed gravel.
Yeah.
And it's like a pancake surface, and it gets super slippery. So the inside racing line becomes super slippery. You can see it here in the Joker lap. The guy's taking the outside line to get into the bit of dirt to try and get some traction, So it's trying to manage that blue groove, slide in over the top of it, and maybe just nibble a bit of the loose stuff on the outside to get some traction on the way out of the corner.
Connor was trying to explain it to me this morning. He was saying it's really hard. So Robin looked really high up, trying to find, actually ends up a little bit too sideways, but transforming the way you drive around. Is that giving more opportunities to pass, or is it giving a narrower line that's ideal around the track?
No, I think it gives more opportunities, because if it was full constant grip from inside of the track to outside, everybody could explore the potential of it. Guys who try and hug the inside, defend the inside, have no grip, so it gives the opportunity for someone just to go high and low and cut back on the inside.
All right, we can see Ben Mayer stranded out there. You're going to need another wheel there, bud. But Robin Shute comes out on top. And look at that, Leticia Buffoni in front of BJ Baldwin. And then Leah Block in fourth, Amanda Sorensen, Demi Bagby, and of course the DNF Ben Mayer. There's our side-by-side LCQ shaping things up here at Nitro Rallycross. Would love to see you doing, what do you got next in the racing world, man? I mean, here you are again, jumping back in. We saw you in Europe, but what else you got next?
Most of my work in the rally side of things has been doing test and development work with Skoda Motorsport and their new R5 car, and I have some more test development stuff come up. There may be an opportunity for me to do some rallies again next year, but this is taking all the excitement.
Talk us through. Come on then. So this was earlier in the race.
Yeah, I tried the high and low, but Travis got the traction on the inside. Thought about maybe holding him out in the inside, backed out of it, and pulled in behind him. This is where Travis was blocking. He brakes in the middle of the second corner, so I was trying to hang back to get a run out of it. That's where you need to be in his bumper to be able to hold it all the way around to try and get the move done.
So you're thinking almost 3/4 of a lap ahead when you're planning to make a move
against
on
a guy of Travis's abilities, as you have to try and do something.
When did you clock the brake checking? Was that yesterday? Because Travis said something to me about it. He goes, yeah, Chris said I was brake checking, and I was. It was going back to my Supercross days.
Exactly.
It's just like,
that's what I say. All Travis's experience in motocross, Supercross, we all know block pass and checking, braking in the middle of the corner. But here I was able to give him a tap, upset him a bit. Let me get on the inside, followed him over the jump. I think I tapped him mid-air here.
Yeah, like yesterday, but behind instead of side by side.
No, it wasn't.
This is it. Oh, maybe it's the next lap.
High, low. Didn't get it done here. I even forget what lap it was.
Must have been the last lap. Yeah, it must have been the last lap. So yeah, you were even closer then on this next one.
There, Travis checks up in the middle of this one, but here I was able to get the run out here. And we seem to have good pace up around the back of the circuit here, where it goes onto the brown dirt. It's quite humid, quite sticky. But trying to get a nice flow here to get down the start-finish straight on his bumper.
Hopefully we're going to see the pass. We've got a few seconds left on these replays.
This is it. I think he gets into the back of him here. No? We're not even going to see it.
Yeah, it's coming. Oh, we missed the money shot.
All right,
there we go. Right, we're going to have a look at Chris Meek's pass this time round. We're going to have a less of a run up, and we're just going to see the good bit. Here we go. Are we going to see it? It's coming. It's coming.
All right, so again, Chris, little. I don't like to call it a love tap. I call it a hate tap. There's a bit of a hate tap in the air, and then again, you split the difference. And your line was so tidy.
I think it was actually in the inside of any blue groove. And I was able to get a bit of traction off the inside, but we managed to get it done.
Nudge that tire stack. It was so well turned in there. I bet you were loving it, weren't you, in the car? When did you start celebrating?
Well, not to the finish line, Travis. and my spotter in the tower, and he said, he's on your bumper, just hold it neat, tidy, So, from here to the finish was just trying to make sure I didn't get a tap from behind,
It was great, man. It was really fun to watch, and with the brackets being shaped up, next up you got Ollie Eriksson. Have you been watching him, or just kind of you've been racing your own line?
Yeah, man. Everybody's so close. The times are so close. Okay, it changes a little bit with track, as in the ultimate lap time, but all the guys who go out and the time practice this morning, there was tenths between everybody.
Yeah, I saw 6 tenths in the one session between all 6 cars.
To be honest, a lot of it is down to the start. We're starting on dirt for the first time this year, so the surface changes every time, and they try and prep it, but it's always a bit different. So to try and pick a start strategy, especially in the Group E cars where there's so much torque, it's so easy to spin up and lose that drive. So yeah, everything's down to the start, but at least I now believe a pass can be done in a race,
No, and you prove positive. Have you ever raced in a course like this?
Never.
Yeah, how cool is it?
It's awesome, man. When I turned up to see the track on Thursday, it looks like something out of a video game, man.
Yeah, that's true.
It's insane. And it's so much fun to drive.
Awesome. Well, again, we'll let you get out of here,
you
man.
better go and get ready.
Go get settled. Thank you
luck.
so much. Hey, have you played with these gel blasters yet? All right, get out of here. Go, run, Meek, run.
He's just been fully shot by Jared and our camera people as well.
Right. All right, here's our side-by-side. No, this is our NRX Next. Oh, jeez, he does have a gel blaster. All right, I got shot by Meek. All right, we're good. You're a Meek shot. All right, we're getting these gel blasters are getting out of hand.
Yeah.
All right, here is our NRX Next LCQ. Casper Janssen. We are taking a look at again. We are seeing George McGinnis. We are seeing also Eric Gordon and Lane Vakela.
Yeah, Henderson booked a spot in the final earlier, remember, so the one driver goes straight through to the final if you get the result in the semi-final. The heat race basically decides the grid for the semi. One goes through from the semi, and now everyone will go through from the LCQ, but this is all about grid positions. So expect some fireworks as people try and end up on that front row. You can see some battle scars down the side of McGuinness's yellow squad machine.
All right, so
Lane Vakela. Back of the grid, yeah, look at that. Look at the damage on the rear left arch. He opens the door, just going to try and, no, he's stuck his hand up. Does he want to speak to the marshal, or is he just, sometimes he's just letting a bit of air in the car. It is stiflingly hot in race cars. Remember, no aircon, you know, if you've got new people watching this, there are no mod cons in there. There's no aircon. There's very little airflow until the car's moving forward. So, yeah. Don't know.
All right, here we go. 17, 16, 15 seconds. As you said, this is all about position. We'll see all 5 vehicles, but position, and it is also a doubleheader weekend for them, starting today and then an independent round for both side-by-side and next. Who's your money on right now? I mean, Lane Vakela had a terrible start. He got into the dirt early on. Casper Janssen, and we know he's a guy to beat, but McGinnis, he's aggressive.
Yeah, it's McGinnis or Janssen for me on the front row. Good start by both of them. McGinnis might stay out wide here and try for come in for the low line. In behind Eric Gordon, trying to find a way on the inside line. Lane Vakela trying to go the long way round. McGinnis does get to the inside, but that leaves Janssen where he wants to be, and actually leaves Vakela on the inside as well through the right-hander. Now they're coming up to the left. See who goes joking here. McGinnis might go. He does. So I'm not sure he would have done that if it hadn't been for Lane Vakela being outside him, but Vakela was outside, didn't leave McGinnis with any choice really but to go into the Joker lap because Casper Janssen had gone already. So yeah, Janssen and McGinnis, he would have liked to have had an alternate strategy to Janssen. That's his biggest competitor in this race. So going to be tough to beat Janssen now. He's all over the back of him, and that looks like they're going to lose out, Jared.
Wow, we are seeing a lot more dust today than we are yesterday, but I think it's great. Oh, look at that wide swing by the 55. That is Lane Vakela. McGinnis and Janssen, yeah.
He's desperate to find a way. Look, he's inside him now. McGinnis taking a big jump on the step up, goes late on the brakes, off camber through the left-hander. That is a great pass. Both stayed out the wall just about. Didn't happen yesterday, did it in Group E? We ended up in the wall, but they've managed to stay out the wall. Good job. McGinnis comes up again onto the start-finish. Vakela and Eric Gordon have gone Joker on this time. That's that jump that McGinnis was saying earlier on that he cased. Lane Vakela nearly gets out with Casper Janssen. That delta's changed. It's super, super close now. They both run a bit deep, and in fact, over the start of the A-Shock Energy Gap Jump up ramp, you don't need that. That's just going to lose you a ton of time.
McGinnis was taking some notes when he was here in the booth, man. He definitely harnessed the spirit of Chris Meek. He got inspired seeing that from Meek and Pastrana, that battle there. So it looks like George McGinnis is off with that almost 2-second separation between the two. Lane Vakela third, Eric Gordon in fourth. Again, we'll see all 5 vehicles. The checkered flag is out. McGinnis gets the win. Casper Janssen, Lane Vakela, and Eric Gordon.
Casper Janssen cased a couple of those last 2 jumps, Jared, so I don't know if he had an issue or not, but for a good pass earlier on from McGinnis in that. McGinnis rolling back to the paddock. He'll head back to Eric Farren and the rest of the yellow squad. He takes the win and finds himself second on the grid for the final. Here it is, result of the NRX Next LCQ. McGinnis from Casper Janssen, Lane Vakela and Eric Gordon. Great stuff from NRX Next. More to come.
All right, the stands are filling up, man. A good time here. You know, just again, action-packed weekend from yesterday to today into tomorrow. George McGinnis getting Casper Janssen. We kind of pressured him. I pressured him. I said, who do you not like? I feel a little bit of tension between Casper and George McGinnis.
The thing is, you know, you don't have to not like the person, but if you'd have asked him who's your biggest rival at the minute, it's definitely Casper Janssen.
Yeah.
You know, George has just come past us in the paddock, past our announcing booth. That was a great pass. Janssen lifted as well. He did the right things. If he hadn't lifted, he would have ended up in the wall, but there wasn't any contact on the way in. It was a different situation. relation to yesterday when, of course, Larson, there was a bit of contact in there and he got DQ'd for it. Put Bennett in the wall, didn't he, in that same place?
Yeah.
3 cars rolled there last year, but it was really off camber. Travis actually wanted it left super off camber, and there was a discussion. It was like, no, 3 cars rolled there. So yeah,
it was not pretty. It made for just an awkward line, and just like you said, cars rolling. That's not good.
It was hard. I think you know what Travis is like though. He's like, but that's fine. I want it to be really, really hard.
Well, let's make snow and ice hard, not necessarily off camber. So yeah. So George McGinnis, snowplow, the yellow squad vehicle. Just a young, his brother races open wheel, races Indy cars. His family really supportive in the motorsports world. But George McGinnis, who went from the booth to the top here in this LCQ, congratulations to George McGinnis. So we'll see all 5 vehicles in the NRX Next finals. Next up, we should be seeing, what are we going to see next? Our semifinals in
Group
battle
E.
brackets in Group E. That's right. So Group E for electric 1,000 horsepower FC1X. That is up next. Again, we're going to be seeing Ollie Eriksson versus Meek, and then Fraser McConnell versus that of Robin Larson. Don't go anywhere. Nitro Rallycross, baby, here in Arizona. All right, so as we can see the fans streaming in, giving us some updates here is Elisa. Elisa, what's cooking?
Very strategically with you. He had to think 3/4 ahead of a lap before he actually got that first tap on you on that first turn. What'd you think of that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're playing the past. I was actually kind of wishing that I was behind going into that last lap, but he launches that first jump. He's getting about 7 Gs on the impact, and I didn't want to overshoot it, and I thought I had enough space, but he got right up, like right behind me. I knew he was going to launch wide, and all I had to do was protect the inside or make him go around me, but I left the inside open, and he took advantage of it. So definitely great racing him, though.
Yeah, he said that he was finally able to get happy to get one on you. He says that he was getting tired of you beating him all the time.
Yeah, he's picking up Rallycross very quick. Chris is arguably the best dirt driver maybe in the world. He's an amazing talent, and it's awesome to have him on the circuit. We seem to always find each other. We're magnets to each other, so it's good that we both were able to finish that race. He's kind of figured out a little bit of my strategy for sure. I wasn't able to execute the way I needed to get done, so I felt bad for the Power Plus Smart Sports Car guys, but we'll live to fight another day. Just starting tomorrow outside. Meek was the one I least wanted to go against of anyone, and the final would have been good, but very disappointing day for me.
Now I know you're excited to go out there and watch these races. What do you think of his next race against Eriksson?
Yeah, I mean, Oliver's extremely fast. He qualified P1, or no, actually, I think, yeah, shoot, I forget now. The days kind of jumbled together, but no, Meek he's extremely aggressive. If he can, as it gets drier, if he can hold the car on the inside, there's no one quicker than him here.
We can't wait to see that race, guys. What do you guys think of that? Thank you, guys.
Nitro Rallycross brought to you by Gel Blaster. Let's take this outside. O'Reilly Auto Parts, professional parts people. And Yokohama Tire. Make every drive a performance.
All right, Fraser, you seem to have found your groove today. What have you seen out there on the track?
It's changing quite a lot. We have a lot of blue groove now. We have much more cars running than we did yesterday, so the dirt is being more compact, more rubber going in, and it's slippery in some places and grippery in others. So it's about reading the dirt, and we had a good package yesterday, but things just didn't seem to go our way. But we're putting that behind us and head down and focus today.
You got some pretty good blocks out there. Every time someone tried to get in front of you, you seem to kind of feel their energy and kind of shift back. How were you able to kind of manage that strategy?
Just racecraft and knowing where someone would try to be passing me. So just kind of taking myself out to the box a little bit and trying to get a bird's eye view of where I think they'd be going, and it's been working so far.
Looking ahead into that final to get that top qualifying sticker, what do you think of your matchup against Larson?
Well, he's right here. We've been studying the same data and making jokes about how we're going to be passing each other already. So it's going to be a tough battle, but respectful and fun.
All right, we're looking forward to that. Appreciate that. All right, guys.
So we're going to take a look back at some of the best jumps of the season. We're also going to have ourselves a guest just after this little look at the jumps. Andreas Backer is going to join us in the commentary box tonight to give us a bit of insight.
Did he bring anything to eat? Normally he has snacks. Did you bring any snacks? Oh, jeez. Taking a look at those Gel Blaster best jumps. What was the standout one for you? And I know the answer here, but I think it's really cool.
I don't know if I do know the answer, actually, Jared. Yeah,
you do the first ever gap jump in Europe.
Yeah,
man.
I enjoyed going over it. Actually, I went over it with Andreas, thinking about it. It was Andreas Backer who I went over the gap jump with. I don't think we were supposed to go over the gap jump with passengers in, but Travis did, so we did.
You're illegal.
Travis did, we did.
Basically, because you want to do the gap. I thought, well, yeah, definitely. And then, so we just kind of, you're not really supposed to do that, but we did it. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, we should ask Andreas, what's the standout jump of the season for you? We all know the Salt Lake City one's the one that everybody feared the most because it was the biggest one. But how are you finding the jumps?
I don't know. I still, you know what, you know me. I've tried to keep my four wheels on the ground my entire life and my entire career. Coming here to Nitro Rallycross, that's not the case.
No.
So the easiest when it's dry is Glen Helen and Sweden for sure. That was the smallest one. The one here is bigger, but it's easier because it has more of a up ramp to it, so you jump higher.
More angle or more run up?
More run up, more angle.
More angle. Okay, sure.
The run up is longer in Glen Helen, as you see here. We can carry a lot of speed, but you have to have a lot of speed to get that jump settled.
Oof. Yeah. I was talking with Austin, and he says, "Dude, this jump is killing my back."
Really?
Like, yeah, he said. I mean,
which one of the jump?
Austin Cindric here.
Yeah.
He's saying it's pretty violent.
Yeah, it is violent.
Is it tough?
Yeah.
All right, here, I'll rub your back. You be quiet. I'm just gonna rub your back, okay?
Thank you.
So there you go. Shh. Just let it happen, okay? Andreas, here we go. Don't go in. Shh.
Here he is.
Just
manipulating,
just taking care of my boy Snackaroo.
How's that going?
Is
it weird?
Yeah,
it's the lower back, right?
It's weird.
I mean, I hope not Ken or Derek Dunsey is watching.
No, you get ripped for that.
Yeah.
All right, so Ken and Derek are both watching. They just texted me.
Someone told me I was squeezing Oliver here. Oh, he actually hit the tires.
Yeah, so what do you think about that?
You don't really feel going into each other that hard.
So what did you? Well, when you say, okay, that's interesting.
So here
when you see
I tried
it back,
to
what do
keep
you think?
him on my outside here, and then I tried to go wide and get traction, but instead it was more wet out there. So he got the undercut on me, and then I want to do an undercut on him. Just hit his wheel, destroyed my steering rack, the gearing.
So it was the contact that broke. Because
it was
contact wasn't hard. It must have just been the angle it was at.
Just the angle. It would have been a perfect overtake, but that's rallycross sometimes.
I saw it, biscuit, man.
Yeah, man. As soon as you saw him alongside, I knew you'd lift and try and go underneath him, and then you had to sit there for the whole race. Bummer.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going out. There's rattlesnakes probably.
Oh yeah.
There is what do you call it? Scorpions. And then someone mentioned monster, like lizard.
Like tarantulas.
Yeah.
There was a scorpion right there.
That's a scorpion.
There was a tarantula at Glen Helen. Somebody found a tarantula at the
I
office.
was,
so soft,
I was
dude.
up in the steward's booth, and they have like snake skin. I'm like,
not really.
Let me go somewhere else.
I will tell you, I've gotten stung by a scorpion, and it just hit my finger, and my whole arm went numb. It's pretty wild. Such a small creature.
Jared, I've just seen your son ride by on the side of somebody else's
side by side. Leah Block's car.
I don't know if you noticed or not, but
and I'm telling you, I will tell you, Coley wanted to be up in the. He likes being in the stands. He likes watching the race with naked eyes, and our production team put us in the pits. And I think it's been a great location because we're getting drivers coming in. We're seeing the kind of parade of insanity. And just here at this track, we're seeing a variety of people. Leticia Bafani, pro skateboarder. Leah Block, Ken's daughter. You've seen her grow up, right? Demi Bagby. I mean, pro skateboarders coming here. Deshaun Jordan. Just people of all walks of life. And I think that's what Rallycross is all about, right?
It is.
You're seeing moto dudes. You're seeing dirt, truck desert racing. You're seeing, two-wheel, four-wheel. You're seeing a variety, right? Is that what you love about Rallycross?
Yeah, it is. And also the fact that Rallycross is motorsport's answer to MMA. You got it all. You have the drag race off the line, door-to-door racing. You have dirt driving, tarmac, 0 to 60, 1.8, 1.9. We keep saying, I think it's more like 2.0. It depends on the tires, dude.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can get close to cars. You can meet the drivers, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think it's still Nitro Rallycross is something fresh, and we do our best as drivers, as commentators, as team, and stewards.
Yeah.
Don't penalize me anymore. To do our best to create a championship that's gonna last for a long time.
Couldn't agree more, mate. Everyone's working really hard on this. We're trying some new stuff. Yeah, you know, certainly cars, jumps, and so on. Mechanics trying some old stuff, getting the cars prepped and ready for the semi-finals coming up. In fact, that might be that's Chase Elliott's car. So that's being prepped for tomorrow. Yeah, so they're deep in prep for tomorrow. So not so much rush for them.
Did you guys speak with them? How do they enjoy rallycross?
Jared had a great chat with Austin Cindric earlier.
I've you know, and again, Austin back in the Red Bull GRC days. It's great to see him back here.
I was spotting for him back then.
Yeah, were you?
Were you? Yeah.
We were actually, I as the spotter, you know, taking the credit here.
Yeah.
I was spotting for Austin Cindric. I think it was 2014 GRC, and we were beating Oliver Eriksson in the Supercar Lights category. But in the last race in Vegas, he hit the berm and he got stuck, and he was like
teeter-totter.
Oh no!
Couldn't finish. Got DNF, lost by 1 or 2 points.
Got it.
So cool to see the Daytona 500 winner.
Yep.
I actually texted him like, "Congrats, dude," and he didn't reply.
Did he not?
No.
So to answer your question, it's not always about you. Austin Cindric's having a great time. Chase Elliott, haven't had too many words with him, but the jump is big. I mean, jumps, they don't have that NASCAR. You know, they do have road racing. They are going right and left. Everybody kind of pokes fun at NASCAR just going left.
They also have a track with a hill called
Rattlesnake Hill.
Yeah,
and that was in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And you were there.
Yeah.
You were there for the finals.
How was that?
Just last weekend.
It was cool. I mean, if you want to go and watch a show and not talk to anyone for 2 hours, it's great. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, everything happened before and after the event, and also the event was awesome. I was on the com set listening to Chase Elliott and Austin Cindric's engineers,
cool
and going over to what's the winner's name?
Who won? Joey Logano.
Yeah, Joey Logano. The last 3 laps on his intercom,
No way.
listening to him and his engineer. Too wide. It's such an American thing.
Yeah.
I think that was awesome.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you got to get that experience.
Me too.
Speaking of experience, a gentleman that has a lot of experience around the pits and the paddock, hanging out with all the homies, our man Street Bike Tommy. Tommy, where are you at? I'm coming to find you. Let's get locked and loaded. Gel blasters.
Guys, I'm down here in the paddock again, and I'm telling you, Nitro Rallycross is not just to attract the coolest race car drivers. It attracts the best people in general. I'm talking about the coolest, most talented, understanding balance, something I know nothing about, but I got Demi here. She's a
What's up, y'all?
professional awesomeness. I'm telling you, you got an impressive page. Your social media is out of control. You are like a phenom. Are you sure you're from this planet?
You know, we're still a little bit unsure, but I'm wondering if we're unsure whether you can do a handstand or not.
See, I'm from this planet, but you got to show me. You got to show me what I need a demonstration. Can you do it on this rim?
Seen him do some dirt bike stuff, but can he do a handstand?
Yeah.
I don't know who brought this wheel out here for you to try this for your first time, but
I'm going.
I got one tip for you.
What?
Full send, all right?
All right, full send. All right. So how do you do that?
Press on those shoulders.
Okay, well there we are. Tommy still going through the process of trying to learn how to do a handstand. Fair enough. Maybe we cut away from it because it went terribly badly. I mean, you just never know, do you? So this is where we're at. We are on the Smirnoff Ice Smash road to the finish line for Nitro Rallycross. Our semi-finals coming up. It's going to be Oliver Eriksson versus Travis Pastrana in semi-final number 1. Fraser McConnell versus, no, that's not right. I'm sorry. We've got Ollie Eriksson versus Chris Meek. So Meek is in that first semi-final, unless there's been a penalty we don't know about.
Was, under investigation.
No way.
Yeah.
Right, what are we saying? Okay, so we're going to wait and try and find out. I don't think that there was any action on that, but according to this, it's Eriksson and Pastrana in semi-1 and McConnell in last in semi-2. Oh, no way. So Chris Meek then has been...
Yeah, penalised.
Chris Meek's been penalised. What do you think
same
about
as me.
that?
I got the same thing because I did the same overtake on Kevin Eriksson in the what is called battle seating.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't want to say anything negative about anyone, but I think the guys making decision here need to be consistent and do. Maybe look at it again, you know.
Look, I'll call that.
But that's me.
Travis,
you know,
look, we are. I think you would admit yourself. It's not the easiest thing to do to be a steward. But likewise, Travis said the move was good. Yeah. I thought the move was good.
It was epic.
Okay, well there you go.
Yes, man.
Okay, well that's good.
All right, get Meek back in here.
He's but like he was so stoked, Jared, as well. He was so stoked. So yeah, that's disappointing. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
What do you think? Did you watch that? Did you watch that turn? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was awesome. Spectacular. Both two were racing for it. And
what do you think of if you're an official, a sliver of a doubt, where do you think he got penalized?
The thing is, we have gone racing this year in Nitro Rallycross. You're allowed to like go on the inside and overtake, right? Okay, if you go on the inside and you push someone out, fine, you get a penalty. But if you go inside, you overtake. Okay, you maybe scrub a bit. Robin is racing, but Rallycross is Robin.
Yeah, let's have a look what you're talking about. Let's roll it.
I'll talk us through it. So this is on the last lap into turn one. So Chris is really close now. He knew he needed to be. He'd been teeing that up from 3/4 of a lap ago. Now he's in position.
Yeah.
No, I think this is the lap before. Because he nudges him over the jump on the lap where he makes the pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. This is the lap before, so we need to see the next lap is when he actually gets through. So
yeah, because it's in that turn 3 on that last lap.
You call that turn 3?
Because, here we go. Go. Over.
No, that's another one. That's not the one. We will get there. Yeah, we'll find it. But yeah, so he said he teed him up from here on the lap before. He teed him up from here because he knew he was going to need to be super close. Watch how close in he gets. Now he does nudge that tyre stack. That's the only thing I'm thinking.
I mean, he's also ahead. He's also ahead when the contact hits. So to me, I don't know what's going on, but we need to be more consistent with the
5-second penalties. Just come up on the timing screen, Andreas. 5-second penalty.
Bummer.
Is that so? Is that? I mean, what's
well? I'm not sure what I can say and to not get penalized even more, but for me, this is Rallycross, you know.
Yeah, and the good, I guess the silver lining is it's the bracket battles. It's not a heat. It's not about position.
Still,
this is TQ.
Every time we go out racing, we're there to win. And if you can't do that move, then what can you do? I mean.
Yep. All right, so we are going to see Fraser McConnell and Larson. Are we going back to the Pastrana Ollie Eriksson?
Yeah, so basically, because of the investigation, Jared, they've obviously gone with the second semi-final first of all. That wasn't under investigation, so they're going with McConnell versus Larson. You might well find that Exo Energy Racing are protesting the decision, and therefore it would be delayed a little bit again. I would protest that one. There you go. There are not many times that I would say you have to chuck the money down and go, I protest it. If they do that, then you start looking at onboards and stuff, and hopefully we won't still be here at 9 o'clock tonight, but you just never know.
Yeah, no, that's true.
We've had some late ones in stewards' rooms, haven't we, mate?
Yeah, I definitely have been to the stewards.
Andreas, here's your teammate, the DRR JC RX Cartel. We are talking about how much information you guys are sharing. He's going against Fraser McConnell.
I'm going to get shot here by
jeez. Oh, gosh. All right, the gel blasters are going down. Yeah, everything's fine. Ollie Bennett. Get out of here. Ollie Bennett, we're ready to throw down. We're ready to send in not just gel blasters in the booth, but right now we're looking at Robin Larson and Fraser McConnell. They're going at it. Let's see what kind of start we get here. Again, that on our right side, Fraser McConnell seems to be loose. So look at that. It looks like that start was a little more wet, and look at that.
McConnell got enough traction. Yeah, Larson tried to turn, he couldn't. He was there already, so I don't think there's anything there. They both run a little bit deep up in turn 1. So McConnell leads now. Larson's got to try and find a way through. Oh, he goes high. So Larson goes high, throttles up on the way into the corner, tries to go the long way round. Now he's on the outside. Watch for him here, braking early and trying to dip underneath McConnell. McConnell will hold a super tight line, and he does. So France knew he was coming, Andreas. That's a great bit of defensive driving.
I do think Fraser there did a great job defending. It's not easy. These cars are so consistent. I mean, every car is the same. We are teammate with Fraser. We pretty much have the same setup.
Robin trying to find a way through, got alongside fully there, gets into the door again. This is how he passed Kevin Eriksson back at ERX, both sideways. As they come back, are they going to be alongside? I think he's just in behind him. Larson's all over him.
Nobody fly longer faster than Fraser McConnell. Every time we look at the data, he's just sending it every time.
Are you impressed by him?
Yeah.
You are. That's great, mate. That's good
Fraser
to hear.
for president.
Fraser for president. Well, I tell you, the president of Jamaica, the prime minister, was posting about it on Instagram.
There we go.
Look at your man dive in. He goes out to in and he drops in the formation. Oh, he gets into the tires.
Come on.
Not quite, not quite. So what's your honest thoughts here then, Andreas? You closed the championship lead down yesterday by 10 points. You're only 13 points behind Robin Larson now. Yeah. He's going to nick a couple of extra points here. Do you want him to win or not? I mean, France is in your team, kind of.
Us in NRX Cartel, of course I root for us.
Keep it cartel, yeah?
Yeah, keep it cartel, the cartel way. Here we go.
Larson again on the inside line, gets into Fraser. Fraser's going to know.
He is knocking on him right now.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
Look here now.
Oh man. Squirrely Dan. Fraser McConnell almost lost it.
He broke his rear wheel.
Yeah, the back right, point the wrong direction. You can't land it that way, man.
He's going to bail on the gap jump. So Fraser McConnell bails on the gap jump with rear suspension damage. That is a real shame. Bit of contact between him and Larson. They were door to door there, Andreas, for a long time. I mean, it was. I know you're not going to have an opinion on this one. You can't.
No, I think that was awesome.
He just said Fraser for president.
For me, this is Rallycross.
Okay,
Robin is doing a great job. He's on his tail all the way. Well, Fraser didn't have much room to take, but I think that's Rallycross.
There you go. Okay, so backwards saying.
But I've been wrong all day.
No, but you haven't. I mean, the fact you're in the commentary box now maybe means you're a little bit wrong. But
very.
What's the plan for tomorrow? You think about yesterday. You came from the back row, the LCQ. You scraped into the final and you ended up on the podium and you closed the championship lead down by 10 points. When you're in the LCQ, I bet you weren't thinking that.
No.
Yeah.
I were thinking that this is a long shot, and tomorrow it's going to be a long shot.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
So Andreas thinks he's got a bit of work to do, Jared.
Do you think? Are you doubting your talent? Are you doubting the car? Are you doubting your familiarity with the course? Why so kind of? It's going to be a long shot.
It's hard. Like these tracks, like this track particularly. Sometimes I'm like the fastest out there. Other times I'm a bit off. But also like sometimes the grid isn't. Like it's not moving the right way that I want sometimes, you know. And I feel that today's stewards were pretty hard on me, and I got unlucky with steering rack. Stuff happens in Rallycross, and you need a margin on your side. I feel like this weekend I haven't had them on my favor.
It's a feeling.
It's a tie.
Really interesting. There's a feeling, mate. Okay.
It's a flow. It's an emotion, and you're feeling like you're kind of going against the grain. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So taking a look here at Fraser McConnell, it was a great race, and
that first lap protecting from Fraser, it's so good. It's just
really good, isn't it? Down at the bottom of the hill here, he knows Larson's wide. He knows he'll check up early and look to the inside line. And watch here, he doesn't run the car wide at all. He's only half a car out. That compromises his exit, but it doesn't matter because he knows Larson's exit is compromised too.
Yeah.
So this was the first attempt. I think this is the first attempt, not the actual pass. Yes, he tried it on the lap before, didn't he? Robin knew exactly where he was going to try. Do you remember, Jared, the move at ERX on Kevin Eriksson? It was great from Larson. Very, very similar. Get a nose in, get a door in, try and out-drag him. Here it is.
Oh, bam.
Yeah,
right,
you know what?
It's great.
It's pretty decent.
He's kind of pushing him around, but Fraser pushes back, and this is where Robin gets into him. He gets sideways.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, with Fraser landing sideways, that back right, that suspension broke. So Travis is pulling up, and as you said, that protest between Meek, looks like Pastrana will come out on top. So again, the 5-second penalty causes Meek to get the loss. So Pastrana goes to his semifinal, and that Power Plus Vermont Sports Car vehicle just passes our announcer's booth. So it'll be Pastrana versus Ollie Eriksson.
Meek was down there, Jared. Meek was down there, which means the team were definitely protesting. He's gone. I think he's gone to the pre-grid area to try and take the start of this one. So yeah, he's gone. Him and Ollie Eriksson are there.
See Travis there without balaclava even.
Is that allowed?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he's run one. I mean, you bring that up, but I can't recall him ever having one. He always runs open face.
Yeah, he does. But
I don't know. Why?
I don't know. It's the first time I see it.
But also, don't forget, Travis has just been called out last minute. So, if that's something the team have missed in terms of detail, he's gone out super last minute. I think he was in his civvies. He was in, I'm sure when Elisa spoke to him, he was in like Andreas, not in his race suit.
Right.
So if he's had to go out the back and fling everything on super quick jump.
Yeah, you can see him huffing. You can see him huffing and puffing, so he had to hustle.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, so I guess they've moved kind of the 2 lanes to the right by a couple of feet.
Okay. So
and they've rolled it here.
they're talking about the start, where they've moved the start across to the right.
outside row, correct? Yeah, we're on the outside row. Driver's right.
Some comms there.
2 minutes here.
What is Travis adjusting on the steering wheel?
That was launched. No, probably the power settings, because in the pit area we have to go to the lowest setting in case of. So he was going back on power.
Yeah, you can see the cables there.
The sun is low, so I think he's struggling with seeing the light.
Yeah, you could see that. Blinded by the light.
Yeah.
Okay, so this, as Andreas was saying, you know, the sun is low, the dust, that equation there, that makes it really difficult to see. So again, Larson waits in the wings. He's going to the finals. There is Meek. Makes his way back to the pits. Great racing.
I'm gutted for him.
Yeah, I am too, because I felt he might have taken his first ever top qualifier. I felt that was the first time that he's got his head around how to make a pass in Rallycross without getting the stewards involved. And that's why he'd be so disappointed. Even Travis is like, look, but you know, yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah, that's the way it goes. I wouldn't want to make those decisions.
This battle here, though, is going to be epic.
Yeah, it is.
You know, Ole against Travis there. Ole has everything to win. I think it's going to be awesome.
Here we go with our semifinal heat. This is Travis Pastrana after Meek gets penalized 5 seconds. Travis will lead, and then Ollie Eriksson. So again, Travis and Ollie. Let's see what we got. Who's going against Larson? And we got 15 seconds till go.
Talk us through that start procedure, Andreas.
Well, it's quiet.
Yeah, but
in the car.
In the car.
At the same time, you're so focused on like your settings, your pedal, your percentage on the lever, and all that stuff. Focused on the light, counting down 30, 10, and then NITRO.
Good spelling compared to yesterday.
Yeah, much better, right? Send it. There we go.
Here we go. Send it. Eriksson and Pastrana. Who's going to get the jump? They are wheel to wheel right now. Looks like Eriksson takes that inside line.
Super close between them. That was almost Senna and Mansell, if you can remember that one, when they were so close alongside each other. Tiny bit of contact on the exit. Trying not to damage each other's cars there with that contact on the run to the first corner. If somebody's alongside you 100%, you're not going to squeeze the door on them, so don't take the damage. Now Pastrana goes out wide. He might look and hope Eriksson's going to run deep, and he'll look to the inside line. Eriksson's wise to it, though.
Yeah, you can see him throwing his elbows out here. Pastrana seems like, you know, coincidentally, you know, kind of huffing and puffing in the car. Seems like he's kind of huffing and puffing, keeping up with Eriksson. You know, was he mentally there and kind of ready to race? He said, hey, you're going back out there. So you have to think what's going through his mind right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask Andreas that, you know, when you've switched off and then suddenly you get called back in again, you can do it.
When the green light is on, you're there to race. So, no, I just think Ollie was top qualifier. He has everything to win today. He's so competitive every time, but always something like a puncture or someone ran into him or something like that, which has led to bad results so far.
Yeah, Pastrana was TQ yesterday. Ollie Eriksson's taken 1, Larson's taken 2, McConnell's taken 1. So both these two have had a top qualifier spot this season. On the other side of the grid, of course, Robin's gone through to the final. Robin's had 2 TQs. He's got the most top qualifier spots this season. So it doesn't matter. Whoever goes through to the final, unless any of these results get reversed, and I don't think they will. Even if Fraser goes back in, they've all had a TQ before, so they've been there before. They know what to do to get it done.
Ollie Eriksson seems like he's just kind of going through the motions, like a walk through the park right now.
He's so
making
fast.
it look easy.
Every time we're out there, Travis is fast. And now it looks like Ollie is having an easy route here, but he might bounce back, Travis.
So have you had your eye on Ollie this weekend? Are you looking at the timesheets? Do you see the consistency in other drivers? I know you're... Travis
my gosh!
Gets into Ollie Eriksson, makes the pass.
So this is the exact same pass as Chris had on Travis. I had on Kevin, and we both got penalized. Let's see what they do now, huh?
Going back. Now Ollie goes back the other way.
Ollie gets it back.
Yeah, a puncture from Travis there.
Yeah.
In right rear, left rear. Sorry.
So getting fully stuck in. Drivers always spot the issues first of all. He's seen the puncture instantly. Jared, I mean, what do you make of this, mate? I feel like I can't say anything here without.
I mean, you called it turn 3.
Yeah.
The turn 3, the dirty 30. I mean, that thing that's a tough turn. And, you know, like you said, you got penalized, Meek got penalized. There's no reason. I mean, it's not going to be an issue because Ollie Eriksson got it back after that Yokohama tire, goes off the wheel. But a valiant effort, but that was the most aggressive out of the 3.
Yeah, definitely, most definitely. No, I think it was a great show. Travis did everything he had to close down like 9
Not a good look either. Sorry about that.
You're all good, man. They're talking about maybe potential penalty for rough driving, so just stay ready. I'll let you know if anything else comes up, but good job.
No, I hit him way harder than he hit me. I wouldn't even accept that.
Would you say I hit him way harder than he hit me? That's absolutely brilliant.
Good job. Good fight back. Good rally.
Okay, so stay ready, which is, we're all sort of in here going, what?
Look at his smirk.
Yeah, I wouldn't even take that. But he would. He would. He would. Of course he would.
What's he saying? I wonder if he can hear us talking smack on him right now. You see that signature Travis smirk, and he knows what he did. And like you said, I wouldn't even take it.
He gave it all.
Yeah, he did. And like you said, Ollie was just so fast. That's what he had to do. That was the Hail Mary.
Line is so good in the start.
The outside.
Yeah.
We said
and that's going to be interesting with Oliver being on pole against Robin, as far as I know. It's going to be tight.
Yep. All right, so again, it just seemed like all Ollie Eriksson until that dirty 30, that third turn, and Travis just came in like Miley Cyrus, like a wrecking ball.
I want to ask you why you call it turn 3. So Chris refers to it as turn 2. Me and Jared have referred to it as turn 2.
Me too, but on the official sheet, this is turn 2, and there is turn 3.
Right, so there's a tiny kink in that jump. Okay, so it's turn 2, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. So there's a tiny kink, which is absolutely flat out. And some people have got it in there. Look at this. Yeah. So watch this. This is the return move.
Yeah, right there, you see it. Oh. You see that back left dig in. See how much tire or how much dirt just grinding in. See it, DB's right there.
Yeah. How our drone stayed in the air with the amount of dirt that was getting flung up from Pastrana's car. I've absolutely look at the dirt. And the drone's just up there, just barely hanging on.
And I think the puncture came in turn 3 when he hit Oliver. That was a hard one.
Okay, there we go. Okay, well, Stewards have had a busy afternoon, basically.
Yep.
All right, so Travis knocks himself out after Ollie Eriksson had a nice, good, clean race. Travis tried to spoil the party, and that's how it sits right there. And it is going to be Ollie Eriksson versus Robin Larsson, all Swedish final in our Smirnoff Ice Smash, literally living up to the sponsor Ice Smash. All right, so there is our final set, but guess what? We got next and side-by-side finals, and of course, our final battle bracket. Finding out all the dirt, literally and figuratively, in the pits is Elisa. Elisa, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm in the garage here looking at Chris Meeks. I just talked to his team, obviously very disappointed because they said that they're not really sure what the penalty was. They watch replays. The only contact that they can see is that they kind of bumped the tires, but they're clearly very upset, saying that if that's the illegal contact, then they need to look back, and I think everyone needs to be disqualified. So it's one of those things that obviously is very disappointing because Chris got the news at the line, had to come back. Travis Pastrana went on to go and do that race. So, you know, when I talked to Pastrana earlier, he had nothing but praise for Chris Meeks, so I think he was also unaware there was contact there. So obviously very disappointed, but there's always tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Elisa, excuse me, and some great reporting there and just getting some insight. And like I said, they kind of threw their shoulders up, said, oh gosh. Here we go, side-by-side final.
Get loud.
Get loud, that's right, get loud. And we have definitely a great crowd here. This is our Nitro side-by-side celebrity invitational. They're all running Can-Am X3s. All vehicles are set up identical to spec class. The variety of drivers, and again, we have a full field, 9 vehicles overall.
I'm biased here.
You're a bit biased?
Yeah.
For who?
Leah
Block, that's right. So we got Greg Alma's show on the front row. Scotty Lawrence, Robert Shue, Leticia Buffoni, BJ Baldwin, Man Sorensen, Demi Bagby, Leah Block, and Ben Mayer. Here we go, let's send it.
Miss Shode, of course, has been competing most of this season. Gets a great start on the inside line. Scotty Lawrence going to try and swing it around the outside. Gets inside. Oh, roll in the background.
And that looks like Demi Bagby, I believe. That is the 22 of Demi Bagby.
It is.
Oh, that was a big flip there. Hopefully she is okay. So Demi Bagby, you know, a gymnast and does a lot of different acrobatics, but that's going to be a red flag. Don't know what happened. Bagby just spun and rotated. Let's make sure she's okay. And Demi Bagby, you can follow her on Instagram. Let's make sure she's okay. Not to sensationalize it at all. That was
absolutely.
That was a big spin.
Okay, well, yeah. So we'll as soon as we have any news on that, we'll give you any news on it.
Most definitely.
The fans are up in the stands. They're taking a look at what's going on. We'll get the rescue crews down there as fast as we can. We've got the best in the business here.
Not normally these cars are very, very safe. And it was a nice roll.
That's what I thought too. It's fairly
it was a bit high at one point, but I think it looked fine.
It will be a shock for her as she's relatively new to this. But if you remember, I spoke to Leticia earlier on today, and she was going, I was like, you got your rolls out the way in Glen Helen. She said, I rolled 3 times.
Showing merch.
3, it is, look at that.
We sell them here at the track, by the way.
Honestly, you must be on commission, must you? But yeah, three rolls for Buffoni. I had a great chat with her this morning, Joe. I know you've had a few chats this season. I spent some time talking to her, and she was saying about the process. She's really frustrated, but she's kind of, you know, the process of learning. I said to her, but
she's Demi's out of the car.
There we go. That's the greatest news. But yeah, Leticia was saying, I said, but it must be the same process you went through when you were learning skating. She goes, yeah, but I've done that and I'm good at it, and now I want to be good at this, and she's not yet. So look at that. Back on the right way
you see
up,
the bank. You know, you don't see the bank.
A bow to the crowd as well.
Yeah. You don't see the bank before like the car is rolling, you know.
Well, we'll get Demi off course here. We'll find out what's going on. Elisa's with Ollie Eriksson.
All right, here with Ollie, obviously very excited to get into the finals. What do you think of that race? I know you had that last minute switch from Mix to Pastrana.
Yeah, it was a good race. I mean, had a good start. We could defend well, turned 1 and 2, and then we could just dig, you know, and get in our rhythm, and we were quick out there. And yeah, it was just the last lap. I don't know what happened. You know, I respect Travis a lot, but I don't know. He might have just clicked or something. So it was too bad, you know. Got some damage on the car as well. So hopefully we get it fixed for the final.
Obviously, in round 5, you're very disappointed, but now it's a new day, and you're headed to potentially be top qualifier. How happy are you with your performances today?
Yeah, for sure. It's been really good. I've been quick all day, winning the time qualifying, winning the heat, so on. So we got this far. So they got the new belt for LA, so I want to add that to my collection for sure.
We're looking forward to that. I appreciate that, Ollie.
All right, Ollie Eriksson got some momentum there, feeling the flow, and Elisa's asking the tough questions.
Oh, yeah, I was just on the timing screen. You remember Travis said I hit him way harder than he hit me. 5-second penalty for car 199 from Travis was right. His spot was on the radio going, wait, there's some harsh driving under investigation. Travis is like, I know who that is. Basically, that's me.
Yep.
Sorry.
Hold my black rifle.
Yeah. It's like, no, it's me. Never mind. Yeah, he was already taking his racing helmet off, wasn't he? I'm done. I'm out.
As we clean up Demi Bagby, you know, and again, she's a gymnast, kind of does a lot of different acrobatic things.
I
know she lived up to her skills, and also I had some words with her the other day, and I said, "Hey, what's your experience, you know, racing?" I said, "Have you ever raced side by side?" She says, "Yeah, once. I flipped it."
Oh no!
So she's par for the course right now. So you know, and she's getting a lot of seat time. Radford Racing School is right here across the fake lake, and Radford Racing School they build Jensen Button, the Radford vehicles. So Radford as a brand is a school. So she's getting a lot of seat time over there. But unfortunately, she's gonna be a wrap here today. But hopefully we get the car back out here tomorrow. This is again, we're talking about Ollie Eriksson at Pastrana, making that contact, that pass. As we look at it again. We'll get Demi Bagby off and continue with our side-by-side. That's going to be a 6-lap race, and we'll restart him here in a moment. What are we looking at here, boys?
Up at turn 2. Or Travis goes at, or 3, yeah, depending if you count. We know it's 2, don't we? We're calling it 2.
We call it 2.
So that's Ollie going defensive from Travis. Travis then through the right-hander, staying in super close. The drone almost as close behind them. It was when they got round, wasn't it, to the next time. Thanks, Jared. Ow, that really hurt that one.
Does it hurt?
No,
Yes,
yes.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah.
I just spotted the biggest mustache I've ever seen. If you
Well,
look there,
You're pointing out mustaches behind the screen.
Yeah.
This is what we defaulted to. We've seen Travis, we've seen the contact. Now we're looking at mustaches.
Yeah.
It is a good one.
It is the
solid.
best one I've ever seen.
So this was one of the.
I don't even know, dude.
Come on, dude.
Travis is still a long way back at this point. Andreas back.
You can't shoot him. We don't even know him.
The public. No, not mind the eyes. I'm taking this off. Right, the children.
Yeah.
That's enough, kids. That's enough. I'll put the guns up here on my side of the desk. So here we wait to try and see where that contact was. So that it's on the final lap. Travis must come from quite a long way back. So I didn't realise quite how big the gap was. And then he suddenly appeared. Do you see what I mean now?
But I must also say, Ollie did something wrong there. He stopped in apex and let it. So, I don't know. But yeah, it looks like also Ollie got some damage to his car there with the toe link in the rear or something.
So with Demi Bagby out, we'll have 8 side-by-sides, and then we have the NRX Next in just a moment.
So he caught back a little bit in turn
Demi
one.
Bagby's walking by, actually.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what we got here. And this is the side-by-side start. So where did it go? North, south, east, and west for Demi Bagby. You can see her in the back of the pack. And here she comes on the right. She goes on the right side and just threw it on her right wheels, and then it rotated.
Yeah, 3 cars in front, somebody lifted when they were looking like they were going to back into it, and she's just driven up that back wheel-to-wheel contact.
Yeah, on Leah Block there.
Was it? Yeah. You see, he's super busy on the inside line. Look, everybody checking up, even mid-corner, they're still checking up.
Yeah. That's racing.
Yeah, man.
And that's what Meek was talking about. With the open wheel, you have exposed wheels, the treads, and you're going to get into it. It's not like you have the fenders and you kind of defend it. When those wheels go on, when you go wheel over wheel, it's going to kick you up.
Yeah.
So very unfortunate for Demi Bagby. She hopefully will get the car fixed, and we'll see you back here tomorrow, Demi Bagby. And here is the grid. So again, Gregor Michaud out front, Scotty Lawrence jumping in Travis Pastrana's vehicle, Robert Shute, Leticia Bafani, BJ Baldwin, 8-time desert champion, Amanda Sorensen. She has seen a championship, but as many moons ago, the young driver, and again, Leah Block. So I'm seeing a few vehicles there, minus a few.
Leticia running the number 13, same number as Andreas Backer runs, so that's full approval for him.
All right, here we go. Get ready to send it, and there they go. So Michaud and Lawrence out front.
Bafani actually puts the squeeze on from row number 2 up into P3. Don't let it run wide. Leticia holding 3rd here. That's a fantastic performance at the start of this race. Michaud leads, I think, from Scotty Lawrence up and over. The sun getting low in the sky, visibility gets tricky. Bafani going to go Joker on the first lap. That's pretty much what you'd expect from those. So who's gone in? Gregoire Michaud has gone in. Bafani's gone in. Scotty Lawrence has done what I think he should have done, Jared. Take the alternate route, try and get him on the next lap.
All right, so Scotty Lawrence, Sorensen, Baldwin, and Block out front, but like you said, taking an alternate route, not taking the Yokohama Tire Joker lap. A wide swing there. I believe that's Bafani going in front of Robin Shute.
Yeah, so Leticia coming out now, P6 or maybe only P5. Good first lap. Robin Shute needs to try and find a way through. She's increasing her pace. Said to me earlier on today, she's just so desperate to get good at this. We spoke briefly about her latest skit where she, kick flipped or did a 50-50, whatever, out the back of an airplane, which I thought was pretty wild.
Air grind.
It was cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was insane. Yeah. 6 months prep to grind and then go skydiving here.
I said to her, "You're a savage." Literally
savage.
Mate, it was so good, so good.
All right, so Michaud out front, and you can see Sorensen and Leah Block both hitting the Yokohama Tire Joker lap. The zipper back in, and it looks like Block, Mayer way out back now. Remember, Mayer had some bad luck. Oh, Leticia Bafani getting way squirrely.
Got high and got out in the loose stuff, got 2 sideways. Scotty Lawrence up the inside, and Michaud. They might both get past if they're not careful. Lifting in the background to try and avoid hitting Michaud did well. Michaud doesn't look to the inside. Scotty Lawrence gives it back almost in the door there. So tricky with these open wheels, Jared. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble very quickly.
Well, we just saw it with Demi Bagby on the start, getting up on Leah Block and getting on her wheels, spinning around. So Lawrence, Michaud, Baldwin has yet to take it. You can see the open teeth there. The Flying Tiger, black Black Rifle vehicle of BJ Baldwin.
It's Baldwin then that had to lift to avoid Michaud when those two came together on that back stretch. Andreas, with the Joker here, the delta seems super close, maybe closer today than it was yesterday. You've got to be really close behind the car in front if you want any hope of passing them.
It's very, very tight. Just one thing I don't understand, why did everyone Joker the first and second lap? I just don't get it.
6 laps, you need to spread out your tactics a little bit more, don't you? I think that, though, you've got to remember, Jared, I think you said to me, there's no short course racing really for side-by-sides other than what we're doing with Nitro Rallycross. So I guess they're still learning the tactics, Andreas.
We have Balvin going now.
So where's he going to come out? Going to come out still in? Yeah, he loses a place.
Just in between Ruth and Sorensen.
So Michaud, Sorensen, Baldwin. Yeah, I believe Baldwin should be in the mix right there. That should be him.
I love the jumps in these things. I swear they jump higher and longer than the Group E cars. I know they're a lot lighter, but they're wild over the jumps.
Yeah.
And again, they did lower them, so getting that center of gravity lower than the previous round at Glen Helen. So I think the attitude of the vehicles, you can throw it in a little bit more sideways, a little bit more loose, but they still have that droop and that suspension, so you can air it out.
I mean, these vehicles are so cool to drive. Such a beast and cheap. You know, you can run them cheap. You can go everywhere. You can go racing with them. You can go with friends and have fun. You can have two-seaters, four-seaters, single-seaters.
Yeah.
I think it's some sick vehicles. You get so much for money.
They're capable out of the box.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
The problem is sometimes people run out of talent.
Yeah.
You know, you think you're invincible, and that's when it gets sketchy. But yeah, I mean, these Can-Am X3s, they are definitely, you know, they're capable. You throw some, you start upgrading them slowly, and I think this is a great introductory kind of spec class into it. So Lawrence, Michaud, Sorensen, and Baldwin. There is the checkered flag. It looks like Scotty Lawrence with the checkered flag. Michaud second, and look at that, Amanda Sorensen on her debut Nitro Rallycross. She talked about her championship, gets the final podium spot. Congratulations to Amanda Sorensen from Las Vegas. BJ Baldwin in 4th, Robin Shute 5th, Leticia Buffoni and Leah Block, then finally Ben Mayer.
So Travis Pastrana's just leant into the announcing booth. I took my hands off for a sec, and he said, "What did Chris get a penalty for?" And I said, "We think for the pass on you." And he's gone to see Chris now. So he was like, "No," basically.
Yeah.
He did agree that it was
he knew he got his for sure. Yeah. No, Travis said, "I know what I did, but I don't know what he did to me." All right. So congrats, Scotty gets the win. Scotty Lawrence gets a win. Michaud gets second. Amanda Sorensen rounds out that podium spot. So congratulations to Scotty Lawrence jumping in there and putting it down.
Travis, you got scratching kind of late on that last race. When did you get the notice that you were going to have to go in?
5 minutes before. I was about to watch Larson, and then I was just signing autographs up in the Nitro VIP booth, and they said, "Get in the car." So I still have no idea what happened or what was going on there. I know Meek's guys were upset. I'm like, I have no idea. So that was interesting. And then just making friends all over here. Ollie, I was definitely too far back, but I was like, we can go door to door. It would have been disqualified either way, but I thought it was fun. I had a great time out there.
Yeah, we heard that your penalty was similar to the penalty that they called on Meek. So what do you think about the two contacts there?
I don't know what Meek's penalty got. What did they call? They called Meek on aggressive driving. Does anyone? I have no idea. They said, "Get in the car, drive." I was signing autographs, talking to all the awesome people that came out here, and then we were in the car, and then I messed up my second lap and jumped in on Oliver there, a bit deep. Sorry, Ollie. Awesome. That was super fun. That next turn had a lot of traction, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, Ollie definitely said that he has a lot of respect for you, so I don't think he took that personally. But now, looking into that final race, what do you think about the final guys left?
Oh man, I tell you, Oliver's been flying, and he did everything perfect that last race. He blocked all the lines, and when he got a little bit of a gap on me, he sent it. I think Meek would have done really well out there. So I didn't get to see the race before that. Who won? Who's in the final? I was getting geared up.
Yeah, we have we have to look at that list again. So I feel like it's all been jumbled up so far, but we're looking for a very exciting race.
All right, I think it's probably Larson. If it's Larson and Oliver, I think it's going to be amazing. Those guys are 1-2 qualifying today, and in time practice, I think they're going to be really good.
I appreciate the time. Thanks, Travis.
Leticia Buffoni is outside with his gel
Leticia
blaster.
Buffoni's got her gel blaster, but she's got a helmet on.
Jared shot her first, to be fair, but she then realised that she got a visor. She shot a visor and she's nailed Jared big time. I'm out. This has nothing to do with me. You started this beat.
Thanks so much.
You
We're
started
building
this.
up here. We got NRX Next. And I got some welts here. Thank you, Leticia Buffoni. We're shooting babies. Oh, gosh. Leticia. She's just mad now. She's just mad. Thanks for joining us here, Leticia Buffoni. She's shooting us with the trouble.
There it is. Skateboarding legend. Okay, I'm just going to duck down behind the monitor here. That's you. Carry on, Jared.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, you're all good.
Everything's fine.
Yeah,
everything's fine.
Everything's fine here. Nothing to see here.
Guess what? We got NRX Next. Congratulations. As we are seeing the 5 vehicles, they're about to shred here on track.
NRX Next final coming up for you then. Pole position, Jimmy Henderson, George McGuinness alongside row 2. Casper Janssen and Lane Vakela. Row 3 is Eric Gordon.
I'll tell you what, this weekend's been so much fun. I love just all the fans coming. It's just a variety of racers and action sports cats. I mean, you know, Travis Pastrana's spotter. He races the Black Rifle NASCAR. He's out here spotting for him, so it's absolutely electric. Here we go. NRX Next, Coley. Who's going to win? NRTRO, let's go, send it!
Henderson on that inside line will want to hold off the people with a lot more experience than him. McGuinness trying to come around, but he's going to get there first. Henderson's got to nail it down on the inside line. McGuinness slots in, looks to the more inside line. He is alongside, but now it's a right-hand king. Henderson should get that lead. Back again, over the fluff, back onto the blue groove. Casper Janssen slots into P3, Lane Vakela into P4. Back of the pack, Eric Gordon currently. Joker immediately for George McGuinness. Looks like he got a bit of understeer on the way in. Casper Janssen's coming full send around the back section here, but it's Henderson who's gone standard lap. So Henderson's decided to hold out front. George McGuinness going in that Joker, seeing if he can get an overlap on him. Coming onto the straight now, and Henderson's still going to be in front. So McGuinness hasn't made up any ground, but look how close it is. It's so similar now, the lap times between the two. Arnie runs wide, Henderson runs up deep. Now McGuinness is going to be really close in. Henderson might go Joker this time round, I think. We'll see.
6 laps, that's a lot of laps, the most laps they've turned here at this track. And we just talk about the undulations, the different variety of, you know, basically McGuinness was talking about casing the jump, not sending it, not getting the full pull. Absolutely insane. Henderson
is nearly alongside him, Jared. He is alongside him. Onto the front straight, they jump in. Henderson and McGuinness side by side. McGuinness has the inside line as they run to turn 1.
Taking the
Gonna go deep on the brakes, but Casper Janssen's there at the merge. Contact between them. Janssen comes out. Henderson gets in the fluff. Three-way fight for the lead. McGuinness up the inside again. Casper Janssen gonna get it on the right-hand side.
Henderson, McGuinness, and Casper Janssen comes out on top. Congratulations to Casper Janssen. He fought for that zipper. That's what I was talking about. You know, you zip it up, you get something stuck. Right now, Casper and McGuinness are pushing. It's an absolute arm wrestling match between McGuinness and Janssen.
McGuinness tried hard again, didn't he? Managed to get just there. I don't really know how he got alongside Henderson. Henderson has gone into the Joker lap now, so where's he going to come out? I think these two have had a pretty decent lap. Have they lost time fighting? Here comes Henderson coming in hot. Gets in just in front of Lane Vakela, but not close enough. Everybody's run deep in turn 1. Turn 1 looks really slippery now, Jared, where that black surface underneath the blue groove is fully coming. The dust is on top, and they're all just running up deep.
NRX Next shuffleboard is what we're doing now. All of them have hit that Yokohama Tire Joker lap. Casper Janssen, he's going for it. I mean, this gentleman barely speaks English. He's got a little bit in his arsenal, but guess what? He does know the language of NRX Next. And we're talking about it, and again, pressuring McGuinness and saying, who do you not care for? He says, we know. But again, I think he doesn't like him because he knows he's challenging them. It's not about just hatred or whatever, but it's just about knowing your competitors, knowing that they're going to challenge you. And Janssen, look at that. He takes that kind of understeered approach as opposed to sliding in, going right on that curtain.
It's who's your biggest rival, isn't it? And he knows that's his biggest rival in terms of lap times out there. Casper Janssen, look, backing in that machine. He's on the rev limiter as he comes through the left-hander. Back to the right again. McGuinness still there. Henderson has come up close behind them as well. The gap's come down. There's 1.0 between the top 3 cars with a lap and a bit to go. Henderson trying to tee up McGuinness for a pass.
All right, NRX Next. We are lap 5. I believe the white flag is out, and there it is. So the white flag is out. Casper Janssen, can he finish it? Less than a second behind him is McGuinness. Look at Henderson sweating on McGuinness. That snowplow yellow squad vehicle, but the back 40 of Henderson, who got the fast pass here into the finals. He didn't have to go to the LCQ for position. Lane Vakela, Eric Gordon, they're back there. We got a couple more turns here. Casper Janssen from Sweden and a bunch of Americans. The Swede is potentially going to come out on top.
over McGuinness. He certainly has. Up and
there
into
it
the
is.
stadium. The checker flag's out. Casper Janssen takes his second win of the American part of the season. He won last time in LA, so it's 2 in a row for him. McGuinness with P2. That's where he finished in the last one as well. In fact, it's an exact repeat of the podium, Jared. Looking back to the round 2 of the American side of NRX Next. Podium repeat for these guys. God, I'll tell you what, that could have gone any way, though. That was a fantastic fight between them.
That was a really great race, and that's the racing you like. They get into a tussle, nobody breaks, you kind of come out unscathed, and Casper Janssen comes out on top. George McGuinness in second. It's a doubleheader for NRX Next, both today and tomorrow on Sunday. Jimmy Henderson, congratulations to him getting on the box. Lane Bakela, we're waiting for him to surge. I know he's right there. He gets in his own head, and he has the talent just right there. And then Eric Gordon, the newcomer to NRX Next. Let's take a look. This is where it all began, and you can see McGuinness on that front row. Henderson, he was leading strongly for a while, but then Casper Janssen, he forces his way in there. Watch, eventually him and McGuinness are door to door, and Janssen came out on top, and he did not look back. It was all Janssen the last 2 laps. Watch this zipper. Look at this. McGuinness actually makes way of him. That could have been a lot worse.
He did well to miss him. He really did. Janssen, I'll tell you what, if McGuinness had just stuck to his normal line there, he would have piled into the back of Janssen. It could have been bad. He couldn't. So I think he's actually done well to hold on to P2. With that big swerve into turn 1, yeah, tied it.
Yeah, so again, some great racing there in NRX Next. We're having a blast here. Nitro Rallycross between Group E, side-by-sides, and NRX Next. Andrew Coley, I'm Jared Deenda. Elisa giving us some great insight with the drivers, and another gentleman have a lot of fun, Mr. Tommy P, aka Street Bike Tommy.
What's up, guys? Looks like I'm troublemaker again this stop, because turns out our sponsor Gel Blaster has given me another rifle on this stop. Nobody else is as happy as I am about it, but I'm about to have some fun sniping some people. All right, I'm about to get Coley. I'm gonna get into position here because I know he's gonna be walking out of this paddock. He's doing his little, oh, it's morning time. I'm gonna do my Coley thing from garage to garage. He's gonna be getting the business when he walks out. Oh, Coley, come out to play. Yeah, what's up?
Hi.
Yeah, are you here?
I am here.
Can you come meet me at Yokohama?
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Bring the targets to you. Oldest trick in the book. Green shirt, yellow lettering, pink sunglasses. Doesn't see me. They're looking over at Yokohama. Do not see me. Red and black flannel. He didn't even see me. Oh, this is the best one ever. Brent, black shirt, Nitro Circus logo. Oh, where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Oh, Yokohama girls got too much skin showing. That's a big mistake. Look at you with your little red shirts. And oh, direct hit. Direct hit. Where'd it come from? I don't know. What was that? Hi, how you doing? I'm Yokohama Jill. They're too close. That's gonna sting. Didn't give away my position though. Looks like I'm running low on targets. Run on Gel Blaster beads. This metal's getting really hot. I'm gonna have to find a new spot.
I challenge you, Tommy, to a duel. That's right. We're going to shoot it out. That's right. Right here, Tommy. I'm coming for you. Ollie Bennett, I'm coming for you, too. Unfortunately, Ollie's not in the race, but we are in the battle, and it's going down. I'm yelling timber, baby. All right, so this is the final battle. We got Robin Larson, and we got Ollie Eriksson. Ollie Bennett's going to join us, so we got the other Ollie in the building. Ollie Bennett, not in it, but Ollie Eriksson. Robin Larson. Ollie joining us here.
Robin Larson shielding his eyes there from the sun, Jared. That gives you just an idea of how bright it is. Ollie, you were out in these conditions yesterday. Ollie Bennett up here with us. It's hard, isn't it, when the sun's this low?
So tricky, especially into this turn one here. You've got the shade on your windscreen there. Obviously, where you can see the chips on his screen now, it just gets reflective. Really difficult.
And here we go, 30 seconds to go. Robin Larson, Oliver Eriksson. Again, 2 Swedes in the finals. 1st and 5th overall in the championship. A lot of rounds left. Again, our doubleheader weekend. We are under the lights, not tomorrow. We're going to get you home by dinner time. Let's get loud. Let's send it here for the finals. These are our battle brackets. Again, a new format for Nitro Rallycross here this year, the FC1X. Oh, it looks like we are going to restart. The anticipation building up here. Jared Dieta here, your tour guide alongside Andrew Coley. Is there a penalty? Was there a false start? I believe it's just a tech error. All right, so it looks like, all right, just no penalties assessed, just making sure the track is clear. Ollie, what do you make of this track, dude? It's insane, right?
Honestly, if this could be a game, I would buy it tonight. It is sick. Give me anything.
You live it, bro. You don't need the sim. It's just a little more expensive if you crash in the sim, in the real life as opposed to a sim. All right, here we go. Back at it like a track addict. We're talking about Robin Larson, DRR, JC, RX Cartel, Oliver Eriksson with that Olsberg's MSC, Dixon on the hood, and we'll see if he's going to keep it cold, keep it frosty here on the course. Again, we're going to get you home by happy hour here tonight and tomorrow. Get loud, let's send it, lick the stamp. That's right, United States Postal Service, ready to deliver a winner for you. We're talking about the TQ, the top qualifier. Who's going to get it? Andrew Coley, go and hit that WPM, the words per minute, NITRO. Let's go, spell it out, and we're going to send it. 3, 2, 1, there you go. Do as they say.
Larson releases the handbrake there, but Eriksson gets the better start. You were on board and you saw him go through the final moments of that launch procedure. Larson now goes up high, trying to stay out the blue groove. Comes down low. Eriksson runs the car off to the right-hand side. That gives him the inside line for turn 2. Let's see if Larson can put any kind of a move on him up here. They both come in really hot. Larson coming down low on the exit. Now we'll go up high and watch for the switchback here. He'll lift early and he'll try and get in underneath Eriksson. Eriksson should be wise to it. He is, and he holds on to position. Good start by both.
Ollie, what do you say, bud? What's going on here?
Eriksson's just really trying to open up the track here, leave no room for him to come on the inside. Oh, slight mistake there by Eriksson, just running a bit wide on the loose. This sector is really tight, really tricky. There's a lot of sliding. He could get in his door here, but it depends on the grip.
What do you think of all this contact? Travis and Meek. Travis going into the side of who was that earlier that we saw?
Travis hit Ollie Eriksson, then got a 5-second penalty. Ollie had one anyway. I suppose the big one, but we need to focus on the final bit. Is your thoughts on the Meek thing, just very briefly?
Yeah, difficult. I think unfair.
Okay, there we go. Larson alongside Eriksson. Eriksson trying to go, still keeps it on the right-hand side up to turn 2.
Wow.
Robin sends it in again. Look at the flick. Now he's got the inside line. Gets to the door of Eriksson, pushes Eriksson out wide. Flicks to the left-hand side. He's going to try the undercut again. Now gives him a nudge on the rear, runs him wide, but he still can't find a way through.
Really well done. I mean, Robin is trying everything, but Ollie is getting wide. He is throwing up the roadblock. Here we go, diving in. Nope. He gets pitched out. Oh, Ollie Eriksson gets into the wall, stays in it.
I think Robin's got a problem. Robin's got a problem, is he? No, he's not. He's just run off wide. He got done for that on day 1, Jared. Do you remember? I would have thought you might have been wiser than that. On Ollie Bennett.
I've experienced that exact move by Larson.
He got to you. He pushed you into the wall.
I know what that feels like. And yeah, I think you'll probably get a penalty if his car's not broken.
Okay, so Larson in the background, look, coming. Yeah, he doesn't come up short. It doesn't seem to be a major issue, does it? I thought he was losing time. They're on to the final lap. The gap is 0.8 of a second. As you can see, up and over the A-Shock Energy, big air gap jump there.
2 very different approaches. Did you see Robin and Ollie on that turn 1? Now, we're calling this turn 3. That's where a lot of the contact is being made. That's where we're seeing the penalizations being assessed. Going through the A-Shock split, gap jump.
Seems like Larson's picked
he's
up
come back. He's come back by 0.8. It's not 0.5. He's down to 4. He looks out wide now. Going to flick it in. Larson going to try and carry extra pace on the exit here. Is he going to get in the door of Eriksson on one of these last 2 corners? They're side by side again now. now. His last chance is in this last left-hander. Can he get there or not? Not this time.
No, it looks like Robin Larson as he tries to slingshot, but no, Ollie Eriksson holds him back. Larson gaining some ground, and Ollie Eriksson's getting the TQ. He is getting that top qualifier. He said the debut of the belt last week, or last round in LA. He wants one of those for the trophy shelf, and he gets one. What do you think of Ollie's effort here? Does he have enough for tomorrow to get the win amongst all that traffic? What are your thoughts?
You know, these Eriksson boys, both of them, they've been setting some blistering lap times. I think they've got what it takes this weekend.
Second TQ of the year for Oliver Eriksson. He took it in Sweden as well. No chat with his spotter just yet, but he will be pleased with that. He'll get to choose which heat he goes in tomorrow, so he can choose which one's got the less cars or the rivals he doesn't want to go up against early doors. Might give him the chance to book his place on the front row for the final. It didn't work out in Sweden. Will this be the weekend that he can make it work out? He drops down, drops his head as well. Big effort there.
Yeah, I think that was a tough race for Ollie to stay in front there. There's a lot of pressure from Larson. That would have been hard work.
And Ollie really wears his emotions on his sleeve. You know, Elisa had some words with him yesterday and just gutted. He just, you know, kind of he wears it like a bad habit. But, you know, you kind of get the good with the bad. When he's pumped, you can feel it. And he's really excited. Both him and Kevin, you know, really, they wear a lot of emotion. Would you agree?
They do. I've been on the receiving end of Kevin when I've passed him in some tight places, and yeah, they're really emotional guys.
Looks like they're exchanging some Swedish words there, and here we go. Here's the start.
Yeah, I actually felt Robin might have been saying sorry there. I don't speak Swedish, unfortunately, but it looked to me like he's gone out and gone, dude, you know, I've overstepped the mark there. You could do that, can't you?
Yeah.
There's only so many times people will accept an apology, Ollie, but you can go and say sorry afterwards if you think you've done something maybe a bit naughty.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you know, this is dirt. This is a slippy track. It's really slippy on the blue groove. Sometimes it looks like you're trying to do things you're not, and it is hard sometimes, especially mid-corner, not to make a tap. But yeah, I think Ollie deserved that win for sure.
Yeah, look at he piled it on, didn't he? Like piled it in even. A little bit of contact here and there.
So much pressure, and I think when you're getting pushed in the rear here, you know, there's so much lateral motion in these cars. They're quite heavy for it as an EV, and it's easy to spin around, not easy at all to stay where he did.
All right, so good racing there by Ollie Eriksson. He comes out in TQ, but we'll re-rack him, track him tomorrow again. But that top qualifier belt being awarded by Johnny from A-Shock. So congratulations to Ollie Eriksson. Robin Larson push, like you said. you know exactly what that looks like, Ollie. Yeah, congratulations to Ollie Eriksson. And Elisa is down there with that TQ belt. We talked about wrestling earlier. Well, here's the belt going over to Ollie Eriksson. Elisa?
Well, Ollie, congratulations. Top qualifier. So that's a nice ring to it, right?
Yeah, it feels awesome. You know, it was such a fun final. I mean, racing Robin, you know, he's such a good racer. Yeah, we had it out there a bit. You know, he ran a bit to the wall, but he came off this and he let me go there. But yeah, I made a mistake. They hit the tire a bit, hurt my steering, so I thought it was game over. But yeah, the car came back to me and we could continue battling. So yeah, it was. Yeah, just big fun racing Robin, you know, 2 Swedes in the final again. It's good to equal him in those stickers also, if it's good.
Well, you know what's coming back to you, this sticker here, first top qualifier. So you're going to go over there, you're going to put it on the window behind your driver's side. So we're going to follow you back there, so you can go back there, Ollie. So for the viewers watching, Ollie is going to go ahead and put this top qualifying sticker on the window behind his car to signify he is the top qualifier of today's race. He gets a chance to pick tomorrow which heat race he wants to participate in. His second of the year, adding it to his car, the TQ winner. He's still shaking, he says, but he's very excited. All smiles here. Obviously a big advantage trying to get that first pole position as we head into tomorrow. And a little help there, Ollie, and help you out. There you go. Got you. So he has it on there. He's adding that second sticker on there. Now, Ollie, I know that that sticker means a lot to you, and I know you are all happy and all smiles for that, but I know that this belt is what you wanted, so we're going to head this to you here. Congratulations. How good does that feel?
Yeah, last time I got a trophy, now I got a belt. Just like McGregor now.
Congratulations, Ollie Eriksson, also known as Rallycross McGregor, guys.
There you go. Well, top qualifier, and again, the previous trophy was a boxing glove, so now we got a big belt. So congratulations to the TQ, Ollie Eriksson, as Elisa said.
So that's his spotter there, who's been an RX2 champion and has raced at the pretty high level in Rallycross, trying to persuade Guillaume to come and do some FC1 business over here with us at Nitro. You come to a circuit like this, he's going to be hooked, isn't he? Especially now he's seen Ollie take the TQ.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Ollie, again, you know, kind of I don't want to say a fresh start tomorrow, but you learned a lot. What are you going to take into tomorrow?
Yeah, it's a tricky day. I think the track changes. What I noticed today in the morning, it's a lot slippier, and the track seems to come to you through the day. So I think we might even look at setup for tomorrow morning. You know, we're straight into a big, tough battle that we've got to do well in. We're on the back foot from a few things that happened today. So yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, the work begins now for tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us, Ollie Bennett. Let's throw it down to Elisa, who's with Robin Larson, our current points leader.
Larson, what a race you had with Ollie. How was that battle out there?
Yeah, it was good. Like it was a little bit better grip now than in the previous one. In the morning it was really slippery, but yeah, one heck of a fight. And I just get so good traction before I almost put him in the wall. I think I did, but yeah, I just let him off. It was I did a couple of moves, but I don't want to take the win with putting him off the track. So it was so strange because I let off the throttle and I just almost stopped because he was take the win, but he had some problems with the steering and then got back on again. So I don't know what that was, but yeah, it was a good race. But I don't want to get a win and put him out. It was I went the same with Bennett yesterday, and it was one too much. I apologize for that. So good racing again.
That's good. Yeah, we appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Robin's always got that little anecdote. He's kind of for clear, dry eyes. He's got that real even keel kind of Ben Stein, and then he'll just drop a real funny joke.
Yeah,
he's a cool dude. So all right, here's the My Energy Best Pass, and it was Pastrana, but was it?
It's Pastrana and Eriksson, so there's a pass for both of them here. Now you can pick which one you think was your best pass.
Ooh.
That one got a 5-second penalty.
Yeah.
Now this next one, was kind of allowed. So Travis said I hit him way harder than he hit me. I think the award's got to go to Eriksson, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Just for the penalty. But you know what? Let's give Travis some sort of other award for the best radio chat we had all day.
Yeah, he admitted fault. He says, "I know what I did. I'll take my lashings." All right, so congratulations there. All right, so as hey, it's a little stinky up in here, from Travis and that cheese and all that and what's going on there. But let's take a look here. Connor Martell, that's right. Connor Martell has our who's it? Chase or Connor? Both of them, the A-Shock big air moment, side by side. You saw them go in, little mosh pit. Here we go. Hold my hand, Thelma Louise. Here we go, baby girl. There you go. Connor Martell and Chase Elliott, a NASCAR champion and a championship contender here this year. Comes up a little bit short, but definitely goes long with that A-Shock big air moment.
They make me nervous with contact on the way up the ramp. You know what I mean? Take it easy, guys. There's still a big gap. That's the point. Yeah.
All right, here is the guaranteed rate fastest lap. And we had him here in the booth, and Andreas Backerud, the snacks, giving some energy. Andreas Backerud with the DRR JC RX Cartel fastest lap, 51.5 seconds. You can see her right there. The number 13, Andreas Backerud. Always bet on blue for Backerud. Team Blue cheering him on the fastest lap. Brought to you by Guaranteed Rate. Coley, great day. We're back at it tomorrow, bub.
Loved it, mate. Can't wait.
That's right. Nitro Rallycross, the doubleheader continues here at Wild Horse Pass Motorsports Park. Send it in the desert.